in Khanty-Mansiysk. This will be the decisive day for the World Blitz champion to be decided.
Yeah, well, so as been said, so it's a decisive day for who is going to win the title. So far, 2 players are in the lead: Nana Zagnidze and Anna Muzichuk.
With 15 points out of 20 games so far.
Yeah, so quite a lead, I have to say. So next pursuit, placed 3 is Stefanova, and 2 players, Stefanova and Zhao Xu with 13 points, so 2 points difference. And it's going to be a little bit harder to catch the leaders because I believe they already played against each other.
But on the other hand, Antoinette, yes, they played, but some of the players that are lower placed, for instance, Natalia Zhukova, now playing on the second board, she was not yet playing with Anna Muzichuk and not with Zagnidze, so if she manages to play good this first round today, then perhaps the others get a chance to catch up.
Yeah, yes, so still we are going into the last day with nothing clear. And, well, of course, best chances for the leaders, but still
anything can happen.
Predict, yeah.
And everything also depends on the form, because, one day is not like the other. So it can be that on the last day, maybe somebody didn't sleep enough or whatever else.
Yes. I would say if one of those players on a first tables will produce like 9 out of 10, so she will definitely win the tournament, although it's hardly unlikely, of course, because, well, quite an even field they have.
Yes, we will see. So again, today will be played 5 double rounds, so 10 games in total.
Yes, and, well, it's actually, quite interesting if someone's gonna manage to win the tournament 1 round before the finish, which might be the case.
Can be, yeah. So, okay, we start to follow this round with the game number 1, first board, Nana Zagnidze, black with Harika Dronavali.
Yeah, actually we have a switch on the first board, because yesterday it was Muzichuk all the time at our screen. Now Nana Zagnidze climbed up to take the first board, and we're gonna be covering her game. So Trompovsky opening has been played. And this is perhaps the first time Nada is not very confident in the opening, but it's gonna be revealed later what's gonna happen.
Okay, as usual, she plays in her usual confident manner, and
yes, well, what black has to do here, I believe, f5 and then to bring the knight to e4. Well, knight d7.
She starts with knight d7 and then
knight d2, and white, of course, gonna be looking for c2, c4. Yes, this is
right
what white is doing. Now it's a question what to do for black. Knight f6, but this way white can take on d5 and maybe try to exploit the weakness on. Okay, knight f4 first.
But I guess still knight e4 is possible.
Knight e4, but then, okay, then c takes, and this pawn on d5 might be a little bit weak. So, well, white has got comfortable position, especially for Blitz. So not that much complicated strategically.
On the other hand, maybe bishop e6, to...
Yeah, bishop e6 is surely a possibility.
Or knight e4, yes, still. So I believe that now Nana is choosing.
Yeah, choosing between those two. Rook e8, other choice. Well, rook c1, I'm not quite sure, because maybe that was exactly the moment to take on d5. Okay,
but you can take all the time, no?
Well, I mean, one day black may want to take with the piece.
With the piece,
also.
yes. That's why bishop e6 can be good. Yeah.
Now c takes
but
d5.
now it's possible to take with a piece, actually.
Yes, well, we shall see. Still, white looks a little bit more pleasant. And, well, I don't know. I don't see the time. Okay, 2:45 for Harika, so quite a lot of time.
But Harika plays also very quickly. We saw it yesterday
that's right.
in a few games that she was really quick.
Sometimes it was even a little bit surprising. The game she lost against Stefanova, she had more than 1 minute when she blundered the rook.
Exactly, and you see that actually Nana went for taking on d5 with a piece, and then Harika
well,
took on e6 and now
queen
queen b3,
B3,
putting some pressure on b7.
Yes, on b7 and also threatening to take on d5. So, well, yes, bishop d5, cd5 now, it's really starts to be unpleasant for black. Rook c5 and then knight's gonna be moved to c3, so I'm afraid Nana is about to lose her pawn on. Okay.
Now rook
Bishop
c7 is
f8.
possible.
Yes, not bad. Rook c7, queen's going to be moved, and then bishop d6. Maybe after all, black is not that badly. Black has not such a bad position.
Also, after rook c7, queen b5 is possible.
Yes,
To immediately
indeed,
attack
yeah.
b2 and then...
Yes, after b3, bishop d6. Yes, this rook has to go away. Maybe after all, rook c7 is not. Yes,
That's why she
white
decided
is
to
not
go to c3,
playing
yes.
even. Yeah, white is not playing rook c7. So what to do now? Bishop b4, rook c7, queen e6. So still they went for the
Rook
same
c1, I believe,
for the
yes, just
same
to
line.
take this file.
Yes, bishop d6 covering.
Maybe even to exchange everything on c8 and
yes,
play this
well,
this ending.
that might be.
And that's
Check,
what she's going
takes,
for.
takes, king g7, but Nana is not taking on c8. That's a nice decision. So if white takes on e6, it will, well, repair black's structure pretty much. Then black is not worth it at all. Meanwhile, b7 is b2 is hanging, and something like after b3, something like h5 might be played, I believe, just to keep tension for a little bit. So not
Well,
to
maybe
go
knight b3 to put to c5.
knight b3 to
Oh, no,
well,
no,
okay,
b3.
she plays b3. So black is going to do. Also to capture on c6, to capture on c8 and play rook c6 might have been an option. Okay, rook a6 is also a possibility, but then white can take on b7. Yeah, that's a little bit surprising. White takes on b7, rook
Takes
a2, and knight
knight
f3.
f3 and yes, and
Some
at some point
ideas.
d5 would be...
Some ideas. Knight f3, knight g5, maybe. Rook c6. Well, I don't like this rook a6 Nana played, because now she doesn't really have
Yeah,
well,
now white has more active possibilities, let's say.
yes.
And
also
easier to get to d5 somehow.
Yeah, so well, the difference in activity of
Okay,
well,
she decided
f4
to
is
go this way.
well, looks interesting move.
But
So
still, knight g5
knight g5
and queen
then
takes
capture, and
d5. Maybe if but what to do after knight g5? Queen f5. Black
queen
has to play.
f5. Yes, then white
Then
is
to
going to
take on
capture this
f4,
pawn.
yes.
Well, what else? Black can, okay, maybe black can play queen e7. You know, there's queen e7, bishop e7.
But if queen is 7, then the queen d5. Ah, no, but
then
g5
e3
is
was hanging.
No, no.
Yeah, queen d5, e3 was hanging. Yeah, queen e7 actually was a chance. But well, now it depends pretty much if black can take on f4, which I'm not quite sure actually. If black takes twice, it's knight e6 check. So this is the thing to blunder. Actually, that's the thing to blunder. Well, still I believe bishop. Well, and she takes on f4.
But now
But then what to do? I don't know. Yeah, this looks a little bit surprising. Well, you cannot really. Okay, but knight f7.
Yeah.
Queen f7.
Queen
Okay, knight
f7,
f7
yes,
was
first.
much stronger, of course. Now
But
black
even
has all
but
the
on the other
chances.
hand, even this knight, the rook c5 takes on d5.
Yeah, no, well, this has to be a draw objectively. This objectively has to be a draw, I believe. But yes, well, looks like white really spoiled the
But king
chance.
g2, I mean,
King f6. Well, black also.
what's the point?
Yes, black should look, I mean, for. Well, just try to eliminate all those pawns like rook d2. Yes, this is a nice one. Rook d2. Then white has no way to defend on
Rook
d4.
c7, yes.
Yes,
she has to play, but then black would take on d4 and then check on d3 and take on b3 too.
Yeah, so it's not clear who's better there. Okay, check. Oh, well, check, taking. Ah, well,
okay,
so
what,
white
she's
is
going for
just
repetition, I guess.
White is just going for repetition.
Okay, but obviously she spoiled her chance, you know. in this
Yes,
game.
yes. Well, good result for Zagnidze.
Good result, yes, because the position was not so fine.
Yeah, the position was really suspicious.
And
at some
somehow
point.
they finished their game really quick. Do you see that
Yes.
Antoaneta Stefanova on the fourth board also finished her game against Valentina Gunina?
Yes, she
Yes, we don't know
leaves
how,
the
but we will
playing hall. Yeah,
maybe know
so we
later.
can see now, well, quite a sharp position
This
between
is third
Kostyniuk
board.
and Zhao Xu.
Alexander Kostyniuk has 12 points, Zhao Xu 13.
Yes,
So
and
of
I mean
course
the position is rather sharp, so I don't know exactly what is
what's going on.
here.
Yes, there are many.
Well, mate in 2, Queen G2 and Rook E1 mate. Ah, come on. It was Queen G2 and Rook E1 mate. But Zhao Xu missed the chance. Still, 3 seconds left. But Rook F1, Queen D5, and Queen G2 once again is available. Come on, she can't see this. F5. Well,
Now
Queen
just
D5 back. Maybe eventually she will
maybe she saw,
realize.
but but okay, she
Yes,
she
well, what
blundered the
what
time.
a-
I mean, she lost
What
some
a
time.
game! What a game! She could have mate into couple of times.
Twice, yes.
Queen G2 and Rook E1 mate was available for
Okay,
Zhao
but with
Xu,
3
but
seconds,
instead
with
she
last
gives
seconds,
away-
she didn't
yeah.
see it.
she gives away the full point. Still a clash here between Elizabeth Petz and Daria Charchkina. Well, looks like Petz has a lot of extra pawns here.
Yes, and they're running for promotion.
Yes, well,
Now A5, A4, A3.
yes, everything is coming. The easiest way perhaps would be just to give the rook for the bishop, because too many pawns.
But still, there is one more pawn on D
There
file.
is a pawn
so
on
there
D
is
file.
just D3, and
D3.
yeah, there is no chance for white, of course.
Yes,
yeah.
well, as long we still don't know how much time Elizabeth has, but
But she plays quite quickly. I mean, and it seems that she's confident. So
yeah, so probably Black will have no problem
Yeah.
winning this one.
so D1 queen.
Yes.
Okay, now she has extra piece and still all these pawns.
Yeah, well, somehow it's still it's not coming that easy, but well,
Yes, so her
eventually.
opponent resigned.
Yes, the game is
Daria
finished.
Charchkin lost this game against Elizabeth Petz.
So
Is it
well,
the end
we
of
don't
it?
know. Yeah, we don't know if it's at the end. Maybe still. Well, there are some games in progress.
Somewhere on the on the
well,
lower
in-
board
yes,
somehow,
yes,
and
in
you can see that some of the players already are seated for the next game, and in the same time, I believe one game is
Yeah,
It's
perhaps
still
that's the
kind-
last one,
yeah,
which
it's
is
still going
still
on.
in progress. But well, it's gonna be finished shortly. I believe. Still, we are concentrated mainly on
I'm
top
wondering
boards,
how Zhukova against Muzhishuk played on the second board. That
yeah,
would be
that's interesting. Well, let us try to
Let's
know. Actually,
find this result. Let's find out, because that's important
yeah,
for the
that's crucial.
standings.
That's crucial, of course.
Yes, well, Nan Zagnidze made a draw, and Anna Muzhishuk is another
well,
leader.
had a chance, let us say. And Anna Muzhishuk won her game.
Uh-huh,
First
so
game,
it
so
means,
now it's
yeah,
half a
so it
point
means
for Anna
that
Muzhishuk.
Anna Muzhishuk is half a point ahead of Nana Zagnidze right now.
Yes, and particularly a good start for Muzhishuk, because Zhukova, while not being one of the favorites according to rating, she's very strong, especially in Blitz. One of the very strong players.
Okay, we can see
well,
that-
I don't know what's that.
Actually, Zhu Chen is
Yeah,
always playing
she's
some long
always
games.
playing
Yes, always playing some long games somehow.
Well, it looks like
White
just
is
one
trying.
pawn. I
White
don't
is
know.
trying to
Yeah, if
to
it's one
progress
pawn
with
on
the pawn.
F5, it's pretty strange what is happening there.
Yes,
I
they
believe
just
they
go
also
here
have
and
a
there,
lot of-
and now finally, I believe this
Well,
one
come on.
is a draw. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
But
a
what
little
was
bit strange.
yes,
I mean,
what-
the way they were
what
playing.
was to try?
you
yeah.
cannot really move this king from F7 in this position. So sometimes it's really surprising. I mean, why to play, especially with an increment.
Yeah. So now, now this round is truly
Finished? Yeah, 'cause
finished. The
players
first
are
games, the
coming-
first
yeah,
games of this round 11, and now
Players are coming back.
they will have a second game with reversed colors. So
Mm.
let's see if Nana Zagnidze manages to
Yes, well,
win with
Stefanova.
white.
Well, I just figured out that Stefanova lost her first game against Gunina. So,
So Valentina
Mm.
Gunina is actually climbing higher somehow.
yes.
She's defending champion, but so far just
Yeah,
12
she
points
really needs a huge result today.
on the last day. Yes.
Yeah, To win this, I mean, to defend the title, as I said, perhaps she has to produce something like 9 out of 10. But by the way, she's perhaps the only player who is capable
of doing so,
to score. Yeah, to score a lot.
But well, on the other hand, if Anna Muzyczuk or Nana Zagnidze plays, I don't know, 8 out of 10, then there would be
8, yes, there is even
no point.
Even 10 will not help. Yeah, even winning all the games will not help Gunina. Still, I'm not sure if Gunina played against Zagnidze. Because Muzyczuk with Gunina we saw.
Yes, we
for
saw,
sure.
but,
yeah, but
Zagnidze not sure, yeah.
Gunina with Zagnidze.
Actually, Anna Muzyczuk pretty much played with everybody already.
Yeah, that's the benefit when you're leading, because already gaining into the last day, she already played the, let's say, the main concurrents, and she might have easier opponents for today. Although Zhukova, as I said, Zhukova doesn't seem to be an easy opponent. But once again, they are back to the game 2 of 11th double round, and we shall concentrate once again on Nana Zagnidze versus Harika Džonavali. Well, after couple of minutes, this pause between the games, and we shall see the start. Well, I wonder. Yeah, okay. Zagnidze once again, she's going to play English Opening, I believe, and wonder if she's gonna manage to overtake Harika, just to stay, maybe not in the lead, but so. Well, tricky situation. On one hand, you are leading with kind of 2 points difference, but well, if you slow down a bit,
yes,
it's
on the other hand, you
easy,
still have to win a lot of games.
Yeah,
okay, now the games start.
Okay.
D4, well, the usual.
And not really an English Opening, as I said, but well, again, usually Zagnidze, as we already discussed, she's not paying too much attention to the opening.
Well, unfortunately, the bottle is a little bit interfering in the board, but okay.
Yes, well, King's Indian has been played, King's Indian with G3, but well, we shall see later what's going to happen. So far, just a theoretical position, and for some surprising reason, Zagnidze stopped to make moves. I believe she knows what to do here, but just choosing the line, let us say. Choosing the line which she's...
But you know, actually what I noticed is that Nana Zagnidze, even though she is quite confident and, you know, she shows this confidence, but she really is playing not that quick. She's always she's always left with some few seconds at the end of the game.
Normally she's playing very good with it, but well, I remember yesterday she lost
on time once.
Completely winning position against Antonetta Stefanova. So it's not always... well, this strategy not always works. Well.
Okay.
Oh well. So well, nice touch actually. Knight b3, and black doesn't want to change the knight on b3, but instead goes knight a4. So changing one of the defenders of an e pawn. That's a strategy for black in this variation. So white already played h3. We cannot see because of a bottle of water there. But so what black wants really is to provoke, well, to press on e4 as hard as possible to force white to play f3. So white is normally not losing this pawn, but white will have to play f3 one day.
Yes,
and then
now
both
black goes for c5.
Yes,
square.
Yes. Knight d7. So well, also attacking b2. Knight d4. Well, looks really a little bit loose. All this white setup. Well, knight d4. The knight on a4 is hanging, so it's not easy. Still something like well, I'm considering something like queen f6. Don't know if it's well, queen f6, bishop e3, and black cannot take b2.
Another knight comes to c5.
Knight c5, rook e2. Rook e2 is well surprising, I would say. Because b pawn cannot be moved, knight will jump to c3. Yeah, well, black is perfectly comfortable.
Yes,
now.
black is doing really good, and this a3 is also nice. A6 is also a nice move to open up the queen side and to bring the rook from into play from a8 this way.
Not even moving this one.
Nice solution, yes.
Take. Well, rook c2, I would say, might be. I know, rook c2 drops the pawn on e4, or queen c2. Queen c2 drops the knight. Yeah, so well, all the moves I'm trying are simply giving away something, so it means not easy for white to come up with the
knight,
move.
bishop e3. No,
Bishop
but again, the
E3,
pawn on
is,
e4
yes,
is
e4 is hanging.
bishop d2. The b2 is hanging, so bishop where?
Yeah, really, not easy. Not easy.
Bishop f4.
Yeah, practical decision would be king h2 and press the button, you know, just just to see what black is planning.
Rook
to do.
b1,
Rook b1,
okay.
then rook b6 seems to be nice. Yes, pinning this rook.
But
Bishop
now,
e3
can
and
we take on
well,
e4? This is a
now
question.
knight on
Probably
a4
not.
is hanging. Now knight
Probably
on a4
not,
is
yeah.
hanging. Although might be still a possibility, because knight e4, queen a4 and knight c3.
But what about no?
So it's really
Okay.
tricky. A lot of pins and a lot of tactical possibilities for black. Well, at the same time,
At the same time, okay. Also, the knight on a4 is a little bit in the air. Sometimes, so
yes.
it's
Well,
not
actually,
easy.
black queen doesn't work. So queen a8, I would
Suggest.
I would be considering. Yes, queen a8. Some say okay, rook a6. She went back simply, but gives white time to consolidate. Queen c2. Now b3 becomes a positional threat. Well, black improved.
But can we take
well,
on e4 finally or not?
No, now it's defended. Well, queen from c2 and bishop defends this one. So, well, black really improved her white improved her position in the last couple of moves. So b3, now bc, knight b6, now it's okay.
Okay, now the pieces of black are pushed back. Yes.
Yes, a4 now. Well, white
Somehow.
managed to consolidate, so won't be.
Okay, you see everything goes back. Okay, then
Yes, rook d1,
black just missed this momentum, you know, to go into more initiative. Well, maybe knight should somehow be transferred to e5 now. Then, and because on b6 it doesn't do anything any longer.
Yeah, well, anyway, white might want to play. Okay, queen e7, now a5
Now,
is a possibility, by the way.
e4 is hanging finally, but
Knight
Knight
b5 and
Knight
well,
b5?
knight b5 is a nice move actually. So you can never play c6 because d6 is always hanging, and then it means this knight's gonna constantly press on c7. Well, now Nana seemed to switch to this killer mode she used to. So it will be really hard for Harika. This rook c8, but still you cannot play. And there is h4 actually, an interesting move for white. The pawn is on h3 for those who don't know what is the position. Yeah, but we have to ask our players not to put.
Yes, well, I will do so actually in the during the break. Probably I will talk to Nana
well,
about this bottle.
Yes, well, queen b1. Okay. Lot of knight jumping here and there. Rook c2.
About
Rook c2, then queen c1 maybe. Pressing. Well, b4 is gonna be hanging. Yeah, still not easy. White is certainly improved the position, but still not easy to get.
maybe
black.
somehow to protect on d6 and to play c6 and
Yeah, that
to
would be lovely, of course.
even I don't know, even a rook d8 from
Rook
e5.
cd8.
But
possible.
cd8
H4.
also cd8 is possible. Yes, c7
Okay,
is protected.
this way. Black is still trying to
Okay,
get
black
to
wants
this
to
dark
get to
squares.
b4 now.
Dark.
I
Well,
believe.
b4
Somehow,
is hanging.
yeah.
Well, knight
But it's
d6 and b5. No, knight a7.
Knight a7,
well,
wow.
also
This
possible.
is
Take and
interesting.
bishop takes back, and this knight on a6 somehow stuck there for a while. c6, bishop b6. Yes.
But no, maybe knight c7 somehow.
No. Oh,
No, it's
look,
impossible.
look. Bishop e5 is a good move. Bishop e5, then get into all those dark squares. Take on c8 and queen b5. Now black really got counterplay. This bishop still on g2 is still out of play. Then knight c5,
Knight c5,
cutting,
yes,
cutting
yes,
the
a good
bishop.
move.
So bishop on b6 is not coming back. Now that's fairly unpleasant. That
But
queen
now
f6.
she wants to take. No, but that's also not so easy with this knight c5.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because if the rook moves, then white can maybe. Oh no.
Yeah, white
She
could have
plays-
taken actually. Well, this
she
is
plays-
brilliant. Knight e6
I
and
think
knight
that
is
white
coming
should
to
have
f4.
taken on c5, you know, because
Yes,
this knight
yes.
is really dangerous.
Well, we shall see, but well, so far. Oh, well, she
But
managed
what
at
about
least.
rook c3?
Oh, rook c3 and
And then some tactical.
Take on e3
something
would be really unpleasant.
That's
Take
what
on
I thought,
e3
yes,
and knight comes
some
back.
tactical solutions.
Yeah, when it comes to seconds, I mean, that wouldn't been not even a positional sacrifice, but just a gain.
Even now, maybe to
Yeah,
take
take
and
on
play knight
e3, place the
g5.
knight, or c5. I mean, simply defending everything, then king g7, trying to penetrate somehow on dark squares. I don't see...
Knight g5 right now, actually.
Okay, she played knight g5 straight away.
Because
Bishop
on the
f1
seconds
once
it's
again.
really not pleasant when your king is under
Knight e4.
some danger.
Well,
So now if queen takes,
yes,
then
if queen
bishop
takes, then
h2.
bishop h2. But what I'm not quite... Okay, a6 was too hasty. What I... Yes, if it wouldn't be a6,
king
then
g2,
king
but
g2,
okay, the
knight
knight
is moving.
simply goes
Yeah,
to c5.
Harika,
Well, it seems that
does
Harika is
perfect,
doing really great, yes.
So what to do here? Queen b8 and queen a8. Okay, defending at least.
But I think at some point Black should really capture this bishop and, you know...
Okay, knight f4, and now it's... No, still Zagnidze is not giving away the bishop. So defense pretty well. It's, well, 3
But no,
seconds
queen g5,
left.
come on, just bring this queen.
g5 is... Oh, now white is taking.
So why
pawn
not
takes,
queen
queen
g5?
e4 now.
This I don't understand.
Now it's actually white who will get the play on squares of her bishop. Bishop d3, now white is perfectly comfortable. Rook c1, take, and king g2.
But you see, she again had 1 second. She and almost
well,
made her move on the last second, really.
Well, it's actually white who is comfortable now. And Zagnidze is looking to win this game, by the way. g5, and she was threatening g6. Look, it's incredible. So now it's, I believe it's Harika who is trying to make a draw.
Exactly, yes. But again, 1 second.
Queen d5 and back and forth, and okay, once again. Now h4 is about to fall. The king is in a danger. Yes, now Zagnidze is taking h4, and this h pawn is going to be run. Oh, bishop f2.
Bishop f2
Bishop
now.
f2, queen f4. Well, but she could have taken it immediately. King b6, h pawn is marching.
What,
now
what
they've
game,
got some time. They've got some time. No, incredible.
But okay,
okay, queen
g5.
g5.
Queen g5 now
Queen
is
g5. Now it has
securing a
to
draw.
be a draw. Now it has to be a draw.
Now Black managed to secure a draw.
Well.
But again, it was a very nice position for Harika. Really, really good.
Yes, it's a draw.
So it's a draw.
It's a draw.
So
So
I
two
can
draws,
say
two
that
competitive draws here.
somehow Nana... Well, I mean, really, she escaped twice in
So I
this
would
mini
say,
match.
Well,
More or less, I mean, but yes, Harika had
also
really
chances
good
for both
positions.
opponents it was. And meanwhile, Muzychuk won 2-0.
So
Anna
it means
Muzychuk won 2-0, so it means 1 point, 1 full point distance.
ahead, yes.
1 full point distance. With this is Ina Gaponenko versus Bella Hotenashvili.
Yes, Ina
Bella is
Gaponenko
white,
has
and it
extra
looks,
pawn,
well,
but
it
it's
looks
it's a draw, of course.
No extra pawn. Well, the
Yeah,
rook
there is an
there.
extra pawn on.
The rook is there, and
There
oh
is
no,
a,
I thought.
there is an extra pawn, but
Why
okay, this
don't you
is
change it?
this
Okay,
is an
this
easy
is strange.
an easy draw.
This is strange.
Normally,
Of
I
course,
mean,
it's an easy draw,
theoretical,
but you should have taken the rook. I mean, but what's that? I believe.
Okay, but
Yeah,
even
there is
without
no
taking
chance.
the
Okay.
rook, just this
There is no chance.
checks
Yes.
from behind, and it's an easy draw. So I believe that this round is finished.
Yeah, it looks like the round is finished.
So it means we go for a short break, and in some 10 minutes we'll have double round number 12.
Yes, and once again, Muzychuk as our guest on the board 1. Yeah, so we're gonna be covering Anna Muzychuk's game. Stay
Yes,
tuned.
so stay with us.
10 minutes, and we are coming back.
FIDE Women World Blitz Championship 2014 continues. On the second playing day, rounds from 6 to 10 were played at the Ukraine Chess Academy in Khanty-Mansiysk. Anna Muzychuk from Slovenia, who was convincing leader after 5 rounds, slowed down a bit. Blitz games are always exciting, and already in the first game of the day, Anna Muzychuk blundered horribly, allowing Stefanova to deliver checkmate. In the return game, Muzychuk recovered and converted the advantage. In the next round, she won a beautiful game with a knight sacrifice against the defending champion Valentina Gunina. In the next 3 matches, however, Muzychuk could not achieve more than a draw against Tatiana Kasintseva, Zhao Xiu and Alexandra Kostynyuk. She finished the day on the first place with 15 out of 20 points. However, Muzychuk is joined by Nana Dzagnidze from Georgia. She had a flying start, then a couple of shaky displays, before making another surge forward. Dzagnidze defeated Irina Krush, Daria Charishkina and Katerina Lagno by 2-0 and shared the points with Gunina and Kasintseva. 2 points behind the leaders are Zhao Xiu from China and Antonetta Stefanova from Bulgaria. 5 more double rounds are to be played on the last playing day of the championship. In the long string of great chess players produced by the Georgian chess school, Nana Dzagnidze certainly occupies a venerable place. As a junior player, she showed early promise by winning in 1992 the World Championship Under-12. But she steadily established her name on the chess billboards in 2003, when, aged 16, she won both Women World Championships Under-18 and Under-20. She continued to upsurge as a regular presence in the Georgian national team, which she pushed to gold in 2008 and bronze in 2010 in the Chess Olympiads in Dresden and Khanty-Mansiysk respectively. In 2012, Nana won the silver medal for her score on the top board at the Istanbul Olympiad too, although this was not sufficient for her team to claim a place on the podium. The Georgian star became a habitué in the women top 10 rating list. Her combative style makes her an excellent and typical exponent of the Georgian chess school. Nana's risky, aggressive and powerful way to execute her rivals failed to fade away even after becoming a happy mother. In 2010, the Georgian Grandmaster won convincingly the Jermuk Women FIDE Grand Prix with a stunning 9 out of 11 performance and 1.5 points ahead of her nearest rival, a result which entitles her to hope for nothing less in the new Grand Prix editions. In a world where people are bending backwards to lay hands on fame and glory, fewer are those adopting a slightly different attitude. Such a rare example is the 22-year-old Olga, a woman grandmaster in chess. If one believes that there is an error on her FIDE page, because surely she should hold an IM title, here's the news: there is no mistake. Not because she doesn't have the norms, the rating, or the strength. The Russian talent simply chose to focus her attention and energy onto chess, for the sake of chess, neglecting the bureaucratic formalities. Such a process-oriented player, as opposed to the result-driving ones, cannot stay in the backseat for long. Olga eclipsed her rivals in 2009, when she grabbed both the European and the world titles in her under-18 age group. In 2013, she entered the strong and very much feared Russian women team, helping her colleagues to claim bronze in the World Championship and silver in the European one. Born in the heart of Russia, in Langepas, Olga will try to prove that the term home advantage can be successfully applied to chess. Although her city of origin is rather far for Western standards, the 545 kilometers east of Khanty-Mansiysk is just next door for the Russian norms. Together with her home supporters, we will all witness the charming and kind Olga turning into a merciless opponent over the board. It was a twist of fate that enriched the chess scenes with one of the biggest Russian and worldwide talents. On the way back home from dance classes, Tatiana and her sister Nadezhda were lured inside the chess club's four walls. Everyone knows what happened next. The two Kasintsevas became inseparable ever since, heading straight to the top of the tree, seizing left and right titles, prizes, medals, glory. With full steam ahead, Tatiana soon became a fearsome competitor at the top level of junior chess, winning the gold medal in the Under-10 European Championship in 1996. Her resounding performance few years later, when Tatiana won the Russian Women's Championship in 2002, promoted her to the Russian Olympic team, where she was far from disappointing her captain, scoring an incredible 11 out of 12 in 2002 Olympiad. Since then, she became one of the key weapons of the Russians in the following 5 Olympiads, especially in 2010, when she helped her team to victory, producing a gold medal on her top board as well. But the best results in her panoply must be considered the 2 triumphs in the European Women's Championships in 2007 and 2009, as well as the victory in the 2010 Grand Prix in Nalchik, which pushed her up to a remarkable 2581 rating peak. In spite of playing less than before and of some drawbacks in her career, Tatiana is undoubtedly going to strike back, and few would be surprised if she will achieve even greater results in the near future. The main question is not what Alexandra did accomplish over the years, but rather what she didn't. More than just a successful chess player, the Russian grandmaster reaped the chess world's laurels, getting the utmost out of it. She is the proud owner of the bottomless bag of medals, a renowned chess author, podcaster, blogger, educator, and last but not the least, a mother too. Alexandra's haul of trophies includes first place in the Women's European Championship in 2004, in the Russian Superfinal 2005, in the Sport Accord Mind Games 2011, and she is also the first world champion in Fischer Random Chess. There is no surprise she is a constant presence in the Russian national team since 2002, where she pushed her troop to 3 times gold in the European Team Championship 2007, 2009, 2011, and in the Chess Olympiads in 2010 and 2012. But the peak achievement of Alexandra's career is unquestionably the Women's World Crown and the 12th Women's World Champion title, which she claimed in her native country, in Nalchik, in 2008. Professional not only on the chessboard, the chess queen doesn't need to bring additional evidence that she truly deserves her title in the kingdom she has built together with her husband, Diego Garces. Very active in online social networks, her pages on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook have more chess fans than many other VIPs could only dream of. A champion for peace in the international organization Peace for Sport, and the restless chess promoter, Alexandra became a true chess ambassador before even turning 30. It was not hard to predict the readiness of the chess world to roll out the red carpet for the new rising star, the Ukrainian prodigy Katerina Lagno. With her whirlwind progress through her childhood years, she convincingly made her first steps noticed when she claimed the Women's Grandmaster title at the age of only 12. By far more attracted to play with her opponent's nerves than with some boring dolls, Katya reached the top of the ladder during her teenage years. In 2005, when she won the gold medal at the Women's European Championship, and 2008, when she decided it was about time to repeat the story. Katerina continued to enrich her trophies with countless outstanding results. Noteworthy are too many, but if we have to mention a few. In 2006, she took the North Urals Cup to her native country, as well as the gold medal from the Women's World Blitz Championship in 2010. Since 2008, she has been the Ukrainian team leader, helping her squad to gold in the Olympiad 2006, World Championship 2013, and European Championship 2013. If you think that chess is the only dimension in her life in order to reach all of that, you are wrong. Katerina is the happy mother of a 3-year-old son Sasha, perhaps a GM in the future. In spite of her early successes, Katya has her feet firmly planted on the ground. working on her best results, which are still yet to come. Welcome back to the 12th double round of Women World Blitz Championship. We'll have another 2 games played in this round. Each player would change the color and have white and black.
Well, so 1 minute and 30 seconds before the start. Well, once again, the same players we may see in the leading group. So this is Nana Zagnidze, currently placed number 2.
Yes, and one full point behind Anna Muzichuk.
Yeah, so Muzichuk moved back in the lead. Well, I wonder who's her opponent for this game.
We will see now, because of course we will follow this game closely.
Yeah, so Zhao Xu is playing Harika Tronavali. So Harika is, well, so far as well quite successful. So two draws with Zagnidze. Well, Anna Muzichuk is playing with Elizabeth Petz. Well, this is going to be interesting actually. And well, the game is just started.
Well, Sicilian. Well, Elizabeth Petz is number 1 in Germany. The leader of the national team for many years. Yes, her father is a quite known chess coach in Germany. So I believe she got her first trainings from her father.
Well, and A3, which has been played, is actually, well, not the most known move to me.
Not the most principal, yes.
Not the most principal, but okay. Let's say still possible to play like this, just to, well, as we said, well, mainly players in Blitz, they prefer just to skip
the
opening stage, yes, and develop pieces in this or other way, and then to play the position which is on the board. The isolated pawn black has, but well, she has to be comfortable for black.
I think that the most important in Blitz is just to keep the pressure on the last seconds and not to blunder. Yeah.
Yeah, but quite a few games we saw when it was really decided with, let's say, chess measures, and most of the time it's about playing on seconds, and
yeah, so the one who is more stable on the last seconds of the game usually is the one who wins.
Yes. Well, rook d1. Now it's a question what's gonna happen after knight c4. Well, this is what Muzichuk played.
She just
but
takes
I'm not quite sure.
Knight.
Okay, take, and some. Okay, knight b5 now.
Creating some pressure on the queen side. And
yes,
offering
queen's
exchange,
of course. Well, which normally Muzichuk likes to change queens, but this time a7 is hanging. I don't know what to do here.
Yes.
Actually, not very pleasant
decision. And queen should also protect c7.
Queen
square,
a5, but what's gonna
be some problems.
What's gonna happen after knight d5? No, bishop f4
After
and
knight
then
d5,
okay.
The knight on b5 would be
Yes,
hanging.
queen b5.
That's why it
But
was
bishop
impossible.
f4 is really unpleasant move.
Yeah, so now knight c7
Knight
is a big
c7
threat.
is really a threat. Bishop g4.
But what about f3 simply?
f3 probably rook d8 intermediate is going to be played. So that was an idea of Muzychuk.
Yes, but still the bishop
Bishop
c7.
c7. Okay, nothing to think about. Queen a6. Queen a6. Well, now maybe black is getting away. Queen a6 and on f3 black has bishop d7 attacking the knight. Now black is solving the problem here. Black is solving the problem. Still bishop d7 has to be played, I believe.
Okay, rook e1 and
bishop c5. Well, also possible. Well, slowly but surely Muzychuk is getting out of trouble. Queen f4.
But still white is creating some threats because c4 is also hanging and that's not so easy for black to.
Yes, and once this bishop that's why I would like to play bishop d7 before ahead.
Plus bishop e5 would have.
Yes, bishop e5 would be really a threat.
To take on f6 and knight c7 can come.
Yeah, knight c7 is a deadly threat, really. So
it's not easy for black, I would say.
Yes, black has to do something.
To solve all these problems.
Maybe black has to give the pawn after all.
On c4, you mean?
Yes, just somehow, I don't know.
But also not that easy to give it to the right
yeah, well, bishop d7, maybe just queen c4, queen c6, maybe that's the way to play, at least.
Bishop e5 and still
no,
not
queen
that.
c4 would be, look, bishop d7, queen takes c4, queen c6.
Yes,
this
and
is what she's
again
going
bishop
to do.
e5, that's why.
No, but bishop f2 is the
easy,
threat after queen c6, so that's the trick.
Aha, yes.
Yeah, bishop f2 is the threat, and a6 is the other one. So maybe black will be fine in this.
So white would have to go back on f4 probably with the queen.
Yes, but still it's not very much comfortable. So white is going to take. I'm pretty much
no.
Bishop d6. But this way at least black is not risking too much. So black can take on b5 then.
But
I don't know if black can take f2, you know? To take f2 first and then take on b5. That might be interesting. So bishop f2. Well, at least this way black is winning a pawn. I'm not quite sure if it's not dangerous at all, but bishop f2, white will have to take with the queen and then bishop b5.
Also.
No, rook on e1 is hanging.
Ah, yes,
so
sorry,
bishop
yes,
f2,
yes,
queen f2 and well, just seconds left for Muzychuk. And okay, knight h5,
but this looks really dangerous because now also this knight on h5 would be hanging.
Yeah, that's really illogical move, completely
at some
illogical.
Moments.
Knight h5. Ah, well, but
on the other hand,
black's going to take d6.
Retreat, yes.
Black's going to take d6. So queen g5. Queen g5, bishop d6 is going to be played. Well, maybe that's a strong move actually.
Bishop
queen d2. Now it's a question what to do. Bishop d6. Rook d6. Now, okay, she takes on.
No, but I think that now white is quite.
And knight f6 back.
Quite fine.
Yes,
at some point, I started to worry for white.
Yeah, it looked like white might have a problem here, but now it looks perfectly fine for white.
So she attacks
bishop
c4.
e6. Well, still black also consolidates, but not a lot of time left for Muzychuk. And still, maybe she needs h6 just not to have this. Back rank troubles, because well, it might be possible to have some ideas on back rank.
Okay,
so now what to do now?
Rook
d8, yes.
Maybe then still knight c7.
Yes, knight c7 is of course has to be played, but then queen d6 at least black is well knight.
No, but
e6.
knight e6 after queen d6, knight e6, and the black would
c4.
capture.
So queen c6
c6
had
still
to be played,
white
but
can
then
take, f should take, what to do?
Yeah, and then it's the weak pawn on e6 defines white's advantage for sure. So, well, but it's already too late to speak about the opening strategy and everything. They're down to a seconds. h3.
Well, a practical move, you know, to secure the king.
a6. Well, and I believe, well, king f7. So. Black decides not to give anything.
Maybe knight e2, knight f4 can be.
Yes, would have been unpleasant actually. Would have been unpleasant. Okay, b5 is a nice move. So now at least nothing is hanging there. And Lizzie is moving her queen here and there.
Okay,
So
probably,
seems
you know,
like
it's
she
not
lost.
that easy to come with a good plan. So yes, she lost track a little bit. But now the knights can be exchanged.
Yeah,
Okay,
knights are
this
exchanged.
I believe
Still
white should have
unpleasant for
kept
black.
should have kept the knights actually
Well, maybe,
to
but
create more
still
pressure. Well,
unpleasant
now
for
they
black,
go
really.
back and forth again.
Oh, well, it looks like
But
Pets is happy with the draw, and Muzichuk has no objective reason to be against this result.
But you know what I can tell you? I mean, we always speak about the first place and that Anna Muzichuk is in the lead. But on the other hand, there is a really big fight for the second and third place. We should not forget
also,
about
yes,
this. Yes.
Well, speaking about the financials as well, I mean, it's pretty much of a distance between second prize and the 10th one, for example. So they also, even if Pets is not fighting for the first place because she's
Yes, but she's
far
definitely
behind,
fighting
yes,
for
well,
second or third.
every
yes.
half a point is vital. Okay, again between Anna Ushenina and Antonetta Stefanova, quite
This
a
is
principal rivals they
Uh-huh.
are. So Ushenina managed to knock out Stefanova out of the final of World Championships
Yes,
here
here in
in
Khanty-Mansiysk 2 years ago, when Ushenina became the champion. So
Mm.
now these two are two ex-world champions already.
Yes. So looks like an extra pawn for Ushenina in the rook endgame. I believe black has a pawn on h4.
Can it be that maybe even two extra pawns?
No,
Yeah, I don't
no,
know if there
I
is a
believe
pawn on
still,
h4.
still there is a pawn on h4 from what Ushenina does here. It looks like she
Yes, now
okay, now
took
she
this
captured
pawn.
and it's one extra pawn left. Well, looks fine for black. Black should keep this one.
Yeah, black
But
should
still
fold.
Ushenina's gonna keep trying, of course. Ushenina is going to keep trying. Now h4, then if rook takes... Okay, she could have taken with the rook actually. No, pawn. No, rook f5 would have been played. Still hard to see any progress for white. Rook
Yes, just
f4.
rook
Rook
stands.
stands
Now
here
go
and
back
there
to
and
6th rank. Well,
King
now
G7,
King G7, of course, not to get herself into some kind of trouble after rook goes to c5 and g4. So
yes, well, just stand still.
Okay, but
nothing really
there is
happens.
no way to make progress for white actually.
Yeah, it
Okay, she
seems
can
so.
play h5, but then f4 is actually a threat.
Well, actually, f4 could have been played here. h5 now, okay, it's down to only one extra
Okay, but
pawn.
this is easy draw. Of
I
course,
believe a lot of
Antoanetta
time for Ushenina, and even with this
knows
g
how
pawn,
to
you
make
can
it.
stand passively
Yes,
on an 8th
exactly.
rank.
There's even no need to have any theoretical knowledge. You can just passively put your king on
Yes,
b8 and the
well,
rook on the 8th rank
yes,
and
just
just
I
go
mean,
back and forth.
be aware
yes,
of
with the
one
rook.
move threats, and that's it. Be aware of one
But
move threats.
Antoanetta goes for a classical approach, you know, to give checks from the back,
backwards, yeah.
which is also, of course,
Okay, now nothing can be done really.
even easier, perhaps.
So Ushenina decides to repeat the moves.
Yeah, so it's a draw. Well, still
One game in
one
progress.
is,
It's
Valentina
Valentina
Gunina
Gunina
against-
versus Tatiana Kasintseva. So still they are fighting. Well, and total
And it's a
elimination
draw.
of all the forces
Yes.
with only 2 kings being on the board. That was the last game of
It's
this.
amazing how many draws are actually
yes,
played.
yes, okay. In Blitz, normally
Normally
you
you
don't
would
expect. Yeah,
yes,
you don't expect a lot
It's easy
of
for
draws.
results, but here somehow there are lots of draws.
Yeah, that's interesting. So that means Muzichuk made a draw, right?
Maybe we can find out how
Yes,
Nana
well, it's
Zagnidze-
interesting how Zagnidze has played.
Also a draw.
No, that's a
that's a
result
previous
of a
one,
previous
yes.
one. I don't know if the results of the first game is available at all. Yes, there are actually. Zagnidze won
Against
her game against
Kostyuk.
Alexandra Kostyuk.
So it means that Zagnidze is behind.
Yeah, just a
Muzichuk
half a point
point,
distance.
yes,
Yeah, half a
so
point distance.
half a point, of course, is we're still with how many 7 games to play.
Yeah, so it's
well,
practically
absolutely
nothing.
Yes.
Practically nothing. But somehow all the rest of the field seems to be a little bit behind, I have to say.
Exactly. But still, it's not clear, you know, who would be.
Yeah, well, still this 7 games to play might be enough for some for some other players
Yes, and now
to clinch
Alexander
even for the first
Kosniuk will
place.
have white in this game.
Yeah, but basically now it looks like, well, not only on the score, but also with the level of play, it looks like it's mainly defined between Zagnidze and Muzicuk. So this time Muzicuk's gonna be white against Pets, and this is really a chance for her to maintain in the lead if she manages to win this one. Now, as far as I remember, she's quite successful with white pieces here.
Oh, you see the players coming to their boards, and some of them already look a little disappointed from their play in the previous days, but the others fully concentrated, like Harika Dranavali here at your screens. You see that she's really concentrating. Well, 34 players are participating from 14 countries. And okay, Nana Zagnidze is adjusting her pieces, ready to fight.
Yes, well, still I'm wondering how Valentina Gunina is doing. Oh, well, that was a draw between her and Tatiana Kosintseva, so the one which we mentioned as one of the favorites, but, well, doesn't look like she's going to come back to fight for the first place, so probably those 2 starting days were just so unsuccessful, so she's not fighting for the first place anymore.
Okay, Anna Muzicuk has white in this game, in the second game against Elizabeth Pets. Well, I believe actually that for Anna Muzicuk in this last day, the most important is not to lose. I mean, no, if she makes draws, it's okay, but not to lose. This
Okay,
is
and
really
what a surprise.
F4.
F4 first move. Well, but I have an explanation for that.
She goes for Stonewall.
No, not really Stonewall, but Leningrad variation of Dutch. So she's a Dutch player with black. So she's playing Dutch defense with black. And, well, why not to play this position with an extra tempo? So this is what she thought. And, well, actually I don't like very much what Pets is doing, because she accepts to go exactly for the system which considers to be fine for black, and with colors reversed, with extra tempo, it's just I mean, an easy game for Muzicuk. It's just an easy game.
Okay, we will see how it will develop. But on the other hand, you know, we can also understand Pets, who doesn't want to spend a lot of time thinking for the opening choice.
I have to say, smart choice from Muzicuk, because Pets is not playing d4 with white.
Exactly,
so
yes.
she
She's
finds herself in a not very familiar position, being a tempo down. a5, then a4, knight a3, knight b5. That's the way they are playing here. No, Muzicuk goes for c4. That's a bit surprising. I would have been thinking, because pawn on c3 was really finely placed. I would have been thinking about a4, knight a3, put the knight on b5. Yes. Well, this one's okay. So central development. But then white finds it hard to proceed here.
But on the other hand, you know, even though Elizabeth is not a d4 player, but she gets still a normal position with some space. So
okay, then a4 here. a4 here, I would say, still keeping the tension. Yeah, this is what Muzicuk does. So white now has this knight on b5, a very active knight, and the adequate square b4 is too far from black's knight disposal. So, well, this is what Elizabeth is doing. Knight b8, and she's planning to bring the knight to b4. Knight a6, bishop b2.
So far they are playing really quick.
Yeah, both sides developing their forces. And sooner or later Muzicuk is going to progress with I believe with a king-side attack somehow. Although not easy. Okay, now the center is closed. So bishop has nothing to do on b2.
And she
maybe bishop
a3.
It, huh? Maybe bishop a3 simply to capture this
knight on b4
this guy on b4, yes. Well, knight d6. So this weight knight is on knight c8. She's not planning to exchange, but instead she's going to place the knight on e4. Well, knight f5. But this way, actually, a structure is a little bit changed. So I don't think it was good for Pets to progress that way. But on the other hand, of course, the bishop is rather passive now on b2.
Yes, and
well,
also it won't be that easy, you know, to use this
to improve,
e6
huh?
somehow.
Won't be that easy to improve. Well, this is interesting. Now, bishop c1, bishop d2, probably Muzychuk is going to play. Still a long game. h6, well, I'd say... Well, everything is so blocked, so... it's
That
a,
it's
it's
really
a fair
difficult,
chance, yeah,
yes,
it's a fair chance it's going to be a draw, I mean. Just by not finding a way how to open up the position.
But somehow I believe that on the last
Muzychuk
seconds
is going to
maybe
try. Muzychuk is going to try.
something will happen. Yeah.
Well, I would just move this knight. Yes, you see immediately Muzychuk understands this knight has to be taken. So with all those, well, this is what Elizabeth Petz is doing. So she put the rook on e6, then she's going to bring all the forces on an e file.
Yes, and
then play
just
f6,
keep this position.
Maybe just
maybe
play f6.
f6. Yes, even.
Well, because if you try to keep the still, white will prepare. I believe white will prepare g4 one day.
Yes, so now I believe some king h7 at some point would follow. Yes, and so on.
So what for white?
But also for white, it's not easy to come up with something. Maybe
take on c6 anyway. I mean, you cannot do much.
But maybe not. Maybe bishop.
Bishop f3, queen g2, and to put the bishop on d5. Yes, d5
also
is
this
actually
is a nice
square.
idea. Yeah.
Oh, but still, it looks like she has to take.
Takes, queen takes.
Yeah, but everything looks totally blocked now. So knight f3, yes. Still, it's well. If any side has any chances, it's definitely white.
But to get these chances, white should also risk a little bit.
Yes, well,
G4
well, this one is too hasty, I would say. So still, I would prefer queen g2.
First to prepare. Okay, she has plenty of time to know to first
queen
put all the
g2
pieces.
and maybe even to run with the king somewhere to c2. You know, just to put it in a safety. Oh well, after that, it looks much less drawish, I would say. The queen g2 anyway. Now e4 square after an exchange. E4 square is available for a knight or the rook of white.
I would suggest king g7 and...
Now king g7 is met with f5, so that is the problem for black, I believe. Well, I'm not quite sure actually. Then capture king h7 and rook is coming to g8.
So maybe king h7, but okay, king h7
king
also
h7
has its drawbacks, yes.
Well, still I would say now white looks superior. Still with this f5 ideas.
Okay, rook e8, but rook e8 just, I believe...
well, I don't know where to go with the king.
A move just to, you know, just to skip a move somehow.
Yeah, something like this. Maybe there were some threats here. So now really it's
maybe
time
the
okay, f5.
Actually, maybe first really it was nicer to
go
with the king to c2.
Well, no, but it worked. It worked for Muzychuk. You can see. Well, e6. Well, this is...
But black should just capture, I believe.
Yeah, no
but 95, you know, 95,
well,
that's the problem.
Trick. Yeah, e6 probably is just winning the game. 95 still. Now it looks totally lost. Knight e5
somehow Elizabeth Petz lost track in this position.
Yes, knight e5 and, well, looks very comfortable for Muzychuk, this one. She can simply take, I mean, without much of a calculation, simply take on f7. So black has nothing to do but rook d6, then take on f7 first. That means you're going to at least win an exchange. Or after rook c6, I mean, anything else.
Okay, now it looks totally win for white, but somehow very easily, you know, she achieved this. I believe that...
Muzychuk is, well, just calculating how to execute this one in the most precise way. And, well, maybe perhaps in this position, it might be not the best decision, you know. So just play it practical. I mean, take on f7 and then, then come back. Yes, well, this is what she's doing, after all. So rook c6, it's 95 back, and
then even g6 would fall, yes.
Okay, so now she takes knight d6, and rook, of course, going to take on f5. Not to allow any rook g8 or something. Then rook d5 seems to be a nice idea. Rook f7 is also a possibility, but after king h8, so I mean you don't have queen e4. That's the problem. Or
because
you have
queen g3.
Yeah, queen g3, but king f1. So this looks like a way to win. Okay, king h1 first. Maybe still good enough. Well, but then the pawn is taken. So it's much less clear then. No, of course queen e4 had to be played. It was made in couple of moves. Now,
but the point is that she already spent her time thinking of knight f7, and now it was not that easy to find the
yes,
precise
okay.
moves. You know,
well,
at the moment
with
when
12,
she
with
had
12 seconds, it won't be that easy. I have to say, with 12 seconds, it won't be that easy.
Okay, queen b7 maybe at some point.
Yeah, queen
Black
b7
wants
is
to
the
play.
threat. Queen b7 is the threat. But also, of course, for Lizzie, it's not that easy to play. So what? Queen b7 is winning, right? No, come on, she misses this. And we already remember how she managed to lose her game against Stefanova.
Yes.
On those seconds.
Yes,
So, I
yes.
mean, it's incredible. She really struggles to win the winning position. And this is, well, I would say Queen e4. It had
Now,
oh, well, now
okay.
it's definitely some chance. Definitely some chance for Muzichuk. Well, but b6 is a target. b6 is a target.
But not
well,
so easy also.
Not so easy. Now Pets will
so
will put
easy.
really.
Just go back and
Well,
forth.
she tricked Pets a little bit. Now check and king stops the pawn. Well, now, yeah. Now White just has to make some moves. Well, she's going
But
for a
okay,
winning
this
pawn
is-
endgame.
Yes, this is now.
Now she's winning, going for a winning pawn endgame.
Well,
This one you cannot really save.
Okay, yes.
Well, so what a
Elizabeth
dramatic
resigns,
game,
but
but eventually Muzichuk won, and she's still.
even though she had some problems converting this position, which
Yeah,
looked
that
completely
it's-
superior.
Well, that's amazing, really. And Zaknidze seems to be in a bad shape against. Well, she lost against Alexandra Kostyniuk, so it gives Anna Muzichuk 1.5 point lead, going into in 3 double rounds in last.
Okay,
3
you
double
can
rounds.
see another
game of
severe time trouble, I believe.
Yes. Well, so Ushenina has finished. Well, Lagno is playing with Bela Hodanashvili, but they are repeating moves,
they're
right?
just repeating moves. It's a draw. Well,
So anything else? Okay, Pia Kramling versus Natalia Zhukova. This one is still in progress.
maybe we can somehow find out
Yes,
how
and
Nana
Zhukova.
played.
Zaknidze lost.
She
I already
lost. You
announced
already
that.
said, I
Yes, a 1.5 point lead for
Distracted
Muzichuk.
for a moment, yeah.
And with 6 games to play, now she's, well, I can declare her to be a clear favorite. And, well, as far as I remember, she crushed Nana, right? So it means,
She has
even
better-
if they
better tiebreaks, yes.
even if they share the places, so in fact it's 2 points difference. Zaknidze has to cover just.
Still, anything can happen, but of course, Anna Muzichuk
Yeah, now Muzichuk's chances
is
look
well-deserved leader
looks-
because
looks superior.
she goes really well through the first. She went really well through the first 2 days, and now she's also fine in the last playing day of the
well,
Blitz Championship.
that's
So
a interesting moment. Some difficulties winning with an extra piece.
yes, and
Well,
looking
the
at the
rook
clock.
gives a lot of checks actually. Yes.
Okay, but
not
bishop
that easy.
f1. I don't.
No,
the
well,
king can.
it's incredible. It's incredible. White
but bishop
simply
f1,
cannot
come
guess
on.
bishop f1, you know, and then take this bloody rook.
Yes, so it's
Well, it's just.
it was a one, yeah. But this.
Well, somehow I
attack the
got
board.
excited about this game. I mean, it's. Well, the one is still in progress. It's one of the lower boards, I believe. And again, the rook is lost. And well, that's funny. I mean, we could
yes.
see mate with knight and bishop. Quite a possibility. So this one is gonna be really.
Yeah, but there is still
really
a pawn.
interesting.
There is
Still a pawn, yeah, that's
yes,
right.
so-
But I mean, if black manages to give away a bishop for this pawn, it won't be that easy. Yeah, now how do you? No, it's really gonna be hard.
No, but white is lucky that the
Ah,
pawn
you mean-
can be you know the bishop is of the right color, let's say.
Yes.
So so black cannot give the bishop for the knight. So.
Okay, knight e5, knight c4. Well, that's gonna be really interesting. But okay, as I said, black's gonna give the bishop for. Black's
For the-
gonna
for the
give-
pawn,
Well,
yes,
yes, well,
somehow.
but why don't you play king c6? This is really weird.
Okay, it's also possible to play knight b.
Knight b4. Well, knight c6. But then again, you cannot move this pawn. So actually, white already achieved the position when she could move the pawn. But she doesn't want. Well, I assume she doesn't want to play a bishop and knight.
Yes, it can be. Can
Mm.
be.
Well, that's gonna last for ages, I believe. That's gonna last for ages.
Okay, now a big threat of of
Yeah,
fork.
or of a fork, but somehow when you're to
But
move, you
why
cannot
the-
really
but I
miss.
don't understand why the king went, back. I mean, the king
Yeah,
should
that's
be
strange.
somehow closer to black's king.
No,
and
no,
to the
no,
pawn.
no, it's not easy, and we can see how nervous black is. The hand is shaking here.
Now the biggest
Okay.
question: will she finally move her pawn or not? Not, she did not.
Bishop a5, and then still no way to progress for white, it seems. Okay. Here and back all the time.
But what is this? Take the pawn. Come
Yes,
on.
and now it's
Come on,
now
it's a
it's a
draw now.
draw.
Unbelievable,
Wow, that's
unbelievable.
fantastic.
Just
that's fantastic.
yeah, she didn't manage to convert.
Yeah, well, white should definitely gone for this bishop and knight. Well, so I believe that was the last game of of a second round, or was it?
It is the second round of today, but the first games were played.
Ah, well. So then.
Or not? Wait, I'm completely
Yeah,
lost
yeah, we
now.
are confused.
So
yes,
we're confused. Yes.
So beg your pardon.
It is.
but the second-
It is.
No,
Both games were
it's a
played
end, yeah.
because first was a draw. Elizabeth
that's
Petz with
right.
Anna Muzyczuk, and now
Yeah,
Elizabeth
that's right.
Petz
So
lost.
the
So,
it's the
so
end
this
of
is the end of round
double
12.
round. Yes, it's the end of a double round. So we're gonna have some 10 minutes break.
You see, there are so many games that even the commentators get confused. I wonder for the players.
Yeah, for players it's totally tiresome.
Okay, so a
so
break
well,
for
a break
10
of
minutes.
10 minutes. So we can.
And we are back.
Yeah.
From an early stage, Xu became the fear of her junior competitors, proving she was the most talented of them all in 1997, 1999, and 2002, when she took to China the gold medals from various age groups, under 12, under 14, and under 20. But maybe her most stellar results came within the national Chinese team, where she performed fabulously. Xu played an important role in the last two victories of China in the Women's Chess Olympiads. Her first one in Bled 2002 was exceptional. She took the gold medal on the fourth board with a massive score 11 out of 12. In Calvia 2004 she took gold again, on board 3 this time, with an impressive 10 out of 12. In Torino 2006 her team didn't win, but Xu decided to press the repeat button. Gold again, on the top board with yet another outstanding score, 10 out of 13. The Chinese Grandmaster continued to rise, leading her team to victory in the Women World Team Championships from 2007, 2009 and 2011. On an individual level, Xu reached the semi-finals of the World Women Championship in 2010 and won the 2013 Sport Accord Mind Games Basque. In order not to disappoint her fans, in 2011 Xu won the Women Grand Prix stage in Nalchik with a great score 9.5 out of 11. Bear in mind that she actually lost in the last round to still finish 2.5 points ahead of her nearest rival. Although Xu didn't cross yet the 2600 barrier, the chess spheres know it will happen, as she clearly showed that when the Chinese is in the top shape, she is going with the principle Veni, Vidi, Vici. Xu knows very well which are the keys to success. Integrity and hard work are the most important qualities, she said. The Chinese is currently working on her educational research in the Peking University in Beijing, entitled New Qualities of Chess Players. For those who are interested in the results, just a bit more patience. Xu has first of all tournaments to play. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. For Anna, this happened as a pure coincidence, when her mother wanted her to play draughts. But when they reached the club, it turned out that they had only chess. This was just the starting point of a long journey. Although the young Anna learned how to move the pieces a bit later than her colleagues, when she was only 7, nothing stopped her progress since. She firmly stood up from the crowd by becoming the clear Ukrainian women champion for several years. Soon after, Anna strikes with an early pinnacle in 2006 Olympiad, where her undefeated 7 out of 10 score helped the Ukrainian team to gold. Since then, the team medals kept on coming like clockwork, Anna being responsible in a great measure for that. Her individual successes didn't cease to occur either. After bringing home the bronze from the European Women's Championship in Plovdiv in 2008, Anna made the biggest leap of the career, becoming the 14th World Women's Chess Champion in 2012. She overpowered the higher-rated Anna Muzychuk, Natalia Pogonina, Nadezhda Kosintseva and Yu Wenyun to finally reach the final against the former world champion Antoaneta Stefanova, which she defeated as well. But Anna's interests are not limited to only chess. She is very much fond of jurisprudence, subject from her law faculty at Yaroslav the Wise Law Academy in Ukraine. This, combined with her affection for the classical wizards, such as Spassky, Smyslov or Karpov, may explain Anna's playing style in terms of foresight and circumspection, melded with fearless attacks when given the chance and when the position allows it. The Tuvshintuk's family has a unique engagement with the royal game. Chess is like the history of our family. Everyone plays it. Uncles, sisters, nieces, my aunt, nephew, brother, and they hold FIDE titles too. Shares the strongest player from the clan, women grandmaster Batchimek. Like father, like daughter. Batchimek's talent gradually brought her to the 2nd place in the national woman list, making her an irreplaceable presence in the national team. She proved her skills on several occasions by winning the gold medal in all 3 national women championships, classical, rapid and blitz. And yet her other honorable results shouldn't be placed under lock and key either. Batchimek took the 1st place in the Susan Polga World Open Championship in 2006, the 5th place in the 16th Asian Games from Guangzhou 2010, and the gold medal with her team in the 11th World University Championship in Zurich 2010. But it was recently, in 2013, when Batchimek made a name for herself in the widened chess spheres, by becoming the surprise of the FIDE Women Grand Prix from Dilijan. Batchimek occupied the very honorable 7th place, surpassing experienced players like Harika Dronavali, Olga Giria, Victoria Chmilite, Elina Danielian and Bella Khatinashvili. On top of that, she defeated the current women world champion Hou Yifan at the 2013 Geneva Women Grand Prix. Batchimek's full name might be quite difficult to pronounce for the European speakers, but her easygoing personality will not fail to be noticed too. The 27-year-old is an affable lady who loves to dance and sing, proving her talent not only on the 64 squares board, but also in many other sports. Skydiving will be one of them soon. So don't get fooled by the apparent gentle look. Batchimek's talent and courage are able to produce masterpieces. The Bulgarian star received her first chess guidance from her father at the age of 4, and just 3 years later she already made her name by winning the Sofia Championship. In the twinkling of an eye, Antoaneta's results bore the resemblance to the snowball effect, culminating with her win at the 10th Women World Championship in 2004. The former World Women Champion almost reclaimed her title back in 2012, but lost by a whisker in the final against the Ukrainian Grandmaster Anna Ushenina. She is now the irreplaceable top board of the Bulgarian Olympic team, where she had her debut back in 1992 in Manila at the age of just 13. Since then, she played in the next 10 Olympiads, including the participation in the men team in 2000. But Antoinette's presence does not shine only over the chessboard. In 1997, her rating broke into the top 10 women worldwide, and in 2002 she won the European Women's Championship, a victory which propelled her to the second highest rated woman in the January 2003 rating list, with 2560. But Antoinette's presence does not shine only over the chessboard. She is also a glamorous person, known and admired for her look, perfect for any magazine cover, and not only for the chess ones. In 30 years of chess career, Antoinette acquired the proficiency and maturity to make another leap forward. When toddlers are generally speaking just learning to walk and talk, the few of them manage to wow their audience by finding more challenging tasks. It was the case of young Anna, a 2-year-old child who took up chess before she could even say Zugzwang. She progressed smoothly ever since and went on to prove her talent by crowning her junior career with 2 gold medals in the World Championships under-16 in 2005 and under-20 in 2010. Anna's track record couldn't have passed unnoticed. Starting with 2004, she was invited to play on the first board for the Slovenian team. But her rise didn't stop there, and the vast array of medals and titles speak for themselves. In July 2012, Anna crossed the 2600 mark, undoubtedly proving she is capable of shoulder-to-shoulder combat against top grandmasters, when she took part in the ACP Golden Classic 2012. The secret key to success is within everyone's reach, as long as one could be as disciplined as a Slovenian grandmaster. Anna is a hard worker, dedicating 6-8 hours per day to the royal game. In moments of doubt, the support of her sister Maria comes in handy, the two motivating and helping each other to climb the highest heights of success in the passion they both share, chess. A big fan of Kasparov, whose games influenced her the most, Anna displays the same fearless, attacking chess without forgetting of prophylaxis. In the long string of great chess players produced by the Georgian chess school, Nana Dzagnidze certainly occupies a venerable place. As a junior player, she showed early promise by winning in 1992 the World Championship Under-12. But she steadily established her name on the chess billboards in 2003, when, aged 16, she won both Women World Championships Under-18 and Under-20. She continued to upsurge as a regular presence in the Georgian national team, which she pushed to gold in 2008 and bronze in 2010 in the Chess Olympiads in Dresden and Khanty-Mansiysk respectively. In 2012, Nana won the silver medal for her score on the top board at the Istanbul Olympiad too, although this was not sufficient for her team to claim a place on the podium. The Georgian star became a habitué in the women top 10 rating list. Her combative style makes her an excellent and typical exponent of the Georgian chess school. Nana's risky, aggressive, and powerful way to execute her rivals failed to fade away even after becoming a happy mother. In 2010, the Georgian grandmaster won convincingly the Jermuk Women FIDE Grand Prix with a stunning 9 out of 11 performance, and 1.5 points ahead of her nearest rival, a result which entitles her to hope for nothing less in the new Grand Prix editions. In a world where people are bending backwards to lay hands on fame and glory, fewer are those adopting a slightly different attitude. Such a rare example is the 22-year-old Olga, a woman grandmaster in chess. If one believes that there is an error on her FIDE page, because surely she should hold an IM title, here's the news: there is no mistake. Not because she doesn't have the norms, the rating, or the strength. The Russian talent simply chose to focus her attention and energy onto chess, for the sake of chess, neglecting the bureaucratic formalities. Such a process-oriented player, as opposed to the result-driving ones, cannot stay in the backseat for long.
Olga eclipsed her rivals in 2009 when she grabbed both the European and the world titles in her under-18 age group. In 2013, she entered the strong...
Hello once again. The 13th double round of the Blitz Championship is about to start.
Yeah, less than 1 minute left, and there's been something with the pairing, so this break took a little bit longer time, but I believe now it's okay.
Yeah, whatever it was, it is solved now, and
well, we can see, well, on the first tables, Anna Muzichuk is playing Ushenina, then Zhao Xu versus Valentina Gunina is there. Nana Zagnidze is facing Marina Gusiva. And, well, Stefanova seems to be a little bit behind, playing in his second row of the tables. So, and the game is just started. Anna Muzichuk versus Anna Ushenina. And Muzichuk once again plays closed Sicilian.
Well, I believe Muzichuk played with everybody from the top already, and she's getting now opponents with a little less points.
But you cannot call Ushenina an easy opponent, of course.
That's true,
and particularly
absolutely.
for Muzichuk, as far as I remember, she wasn't that much successful, and against Ushenina recently, that was Ushenina to knock out Muzichuk from World Championship in 2011 here in Khanty-Mansiysk.
2012, actually.
Ah, well, 2012 it was. Yes, that's right. So, well, we shall see how this one's going to develop. So far, well, just a normal position from close Sicilian, but it took Ushenina a little bit more time. And
well, it seems that Anna Muzichuk is really preparing some special openings for Blitz, actually.
Yes, and still it goes according to Muzichuk's preparation, it seems. Well, that's interesting. Yes, well, it seems like this is what she has prepared here. So, well, now what? DE5 seems... Knight F3 first, Queen F3. So DE5, FE5, Bishop E5, and what
Yes,
White is
and
planning
what is
to do?
going
To take on C5 perhaps, just to restore the material balance.
Yes, of course, there is no need to sacrifice pawn here, because there is no point.
Yeah,
so she would have on C5.
Point out an extra minute for Muzichuk. Knight D4, Queen D1, once again immediately played. Well, now it seems, okay, take. Well, and if bishop takes, then knight E4, yes, and you cannot defend the pawn on C5. Because B6, I mean, it opens the diagonal, and White can still take on C5 and then take on A8,
yes.
So, and if Black defends this pawn with a queen, then C3 is going to be played, and still pawn on C5 falls.
So probably Black should just give this pawn and
just try to develop somehow. Yeah, but Muzichuk really prepared this one, so she has 3 minutes and 14 seconds. So, well, will be tough for Ushenina. This will be tough.
Okay,
for
Black
Ushenina.
should somehow develop this bishop from C8 and
neutralize the pressure. Somehow neutralize the pressure on B7. Well, F5, I'm not sure if it's ready to the point, because after C3 and D4, this backward pawn on E6 is going to be rather weak. So really it went very well for Muzichuk. Well, so
maybe it was better, just to go
Queen
back with
E7,
the bishop and play E5, but
Queen
now
E7, well, then knight has to move, actually. Yeah, well, maybe it's not that easy. Well, B4 might be possible, yes.
Yeah, that's what she
B4.
played. Because B6 is still not available for
B6
Black.
is not possible, and, well, I have to tell that, after knight C6, for instance, White might just don't want to move this rook. I mean, so it's not really a threat to win an exchange for a dark square bishop, because it's going to be a lot of dark square weaknesses in Black's camp. So now rook E1 I would include here, before playing C3. Okay, she played C3 immediately. C3, knight C6, D4. So this way, White really looks superior.
Yes, because E6 pawn is weak, and also bishop C8 is somehow out of play.
It's not developed still. So rook E1. or queen b3, another rook to e1. Okay, she plays this rook to e1. Still, yes, huge pressure. Queen b3 now? Oh, well.
Maybe b6 she wants to play.
But queen b3 attacks on e6, attacks the pawn on e6 after queen b3.
After queen b3, yes, but I mean just right now, I believe
Yeah,
that
well,
black
would like to play b6, of course. Okay,
yes, so
queen
that's why queen
b3.
b3. Well,
And
perhaps
still,
rook e8.
still Muzichuk
Yeah,
keeps
exactly.
well, huge
A
time,
huge time pressure, yeah.
huge time advantage. Well, d5 now. Well, bishop e3 is a little bit too mild, I would say. So d5 would have been just more
But
concrete
just
approach.
bishop f4.
Yeah, still bishop f4 looks like winning move to me. e5, then take e5, other rook comes to d1. It's
Yes,
just looks
it
terrible. I
seems-
mean, something's gonna fall.
but
Okay, rook
first she
d1
decided
first.
to play this. Now
Yes.
bishop f4 is a deadly threat, so
Well,
Black has
not
to-
easy to really. Well, but then at least rook a8, bishop f4, queen moves somewhere. It's not winning straight away. So the other way around, it looked just.
but she should make these moves quick, you know, because now
Yeah, it's only 20
seconds
seconds
with
left
such
for
a difficult
Shenina.
position. It's not.
She's going to start banging the clocks now, I
But
believe.
already now it's time to start banging the clock, I believe. Otherwise,
Oh.
if she gets even
Okay, queen f8.
down to less than 10 seconds and with such a difficult position, it would be really hard to
Yes, yes.
defend.
Well, but as we already said few times, Muzichuk is looking for a chess way to win, and it's not always that easy. So,
But if
let's say
bishop f4 now,
bishop f4, rook
she-
a8. So that's
but
what,
then
what I said.
e6 is just.
Well, yeah, e6 can be taken. Okay, maybe
Falling.
black still wants to play e5,
I guess so, yes.
but
I guess
well,
so. At
looks-
least to be equal on the material.
well, so maybe b5 is a possibility for white to play b5 first, then bishop f4. Well, queen a4.
Ah, this is a little bit
This is-
surprising.
Well, this is surprising. Yes, now it looks like
Queen f7.
white starts to go wrong here. Queen a4. Well, then anyway, bishop f4 you have to play.
But still
what?
b5. Come on.
Ah,
b5,
well, then b5 and queen a7.
queen
yes.
a7, b6.
b6. Not easy. Well, as I said, I felt like it had to be
I
played.
believe that she can just take on e6 and take on c6.
Yeah, well, everything is winning, but I mean, why don't you play bishop f4, the most tempting move? Now, well,
I would just take on e6 actually.
oh well, you're developing. Oh well, to knight e6, bishop e6, and
Take on c6.
with the pawn. Yes, yes. Well, indeed, looks winning still.
But then a2 would be hanging actually.
Okay, this one doesn't
Although
doesn't seem to be
c-pawn
that
would
important.
so
Yes. Okay, finally playing bishop f4 this way, winning an exchange. But after
But
rook
somehow black
b7,
still manages to.
yeah, after rook b7, it's not that pleasant to take this exchange. I can
Yeah.
tell you, because black will have
Some play on
yeah,
the
some
white squares.
compensation and. Okay, so Muzichuk decided she doesn't want to take.
But
Rook d7. Okay,
okay, she
finally.
took a pawn finally, but
winning the
somehow
pawn.
maybe not in the best.
Well, queen a7,
Queen a7 is
rook
possible.
a8. Yes. Okay.
Rook a8,
no.
yeah.
Oh, well, so I mean, somehow so uncomfortable she is in winning positions. I cannot really understand what is going on here. And Ushenina, you see, I mean, when it's down to seconds, she's so fast. I
But
mean,
on the other hand,
maybe
okay,
not very
without
quality
two
move, but so fast.
pawns
Okay,
now.
rook c6, come. Rook c6. Why she's not playing rook c6? I just don't know. Well, it's incredible. I mean, what Muzichuk is doing in a time trouble.
Yes,
I
and
still
Ushenina
wonder-
is so quick.
Yeah, now Ushenina has more time actually.
Even incredible.
Well, it's really
And now you see.
unbelievable what is going on. I mean, Muzichuk was completely winning. I mean, without even a single chance. Without even a single chance for
And
Ushenina.
now, yes,
it
now
starts to be
but
a little
B6
bit complicated.
No.
King f7, and as we can see, Ushenina is not really worried. Take. Okay, still it's winning, of course.
Okay, what to be
but-
worried? She realizes that she has.
Okay, third
A
pawn
losing
is
position, but-
coming there, then b7 and b7 and
Okay,
c6.
now I believe
okay,
finally
it's
it
time
will
to
be,
resign. Finally, it's time to resign. I hope.
But really, Ushenina is not very confident in converting her advantage.
Anna
We see it-
Muzychuk, you
Anna
mean,
Muzychuk, yes. We
King
see it
G2,
for
Rook A5, come.
so many games,
Just
yeah.
play this Rook well, okay, this one is also winning, but Shenina is still fighting. Or she thinks she's fighting. Although nothing to fight here, well, and Muzychuk progresses to win this one. Quite a confident win, but at some point it already looked doubtful. Well, let's find out.
So Nana Zagnidze still
yeah,
plays.
is still playing. Oh, she's still playing.
Aha, and you see it's just down to really seconds. Let's see what is happening. Actually, White has, what is this? A rook up? A rook up?
Yeah, White is rook up, so Zagnidze is... Oh, but as we said already a few times, while the knight is on
up.
while the knight is on board, it's still not that easy.
No, but
Rook
okay.
T1,
with,
okay,
rook.
it's of course winning. Rook T7 and
The problem is that also
well,
even rook
G4,
G7
no, G4
even
is
rook
a good.
G7
Yeah, rook
was
G7 of course
winning,
was winning,
and
but G4 is a cool move. Then just take the knight, no check
Yes,
still,
so
and Marina Gusiva won her game against Nana Zagnidze. So this
which
way,
means
hoping,
which means
yeah, this way helping Anna Muzychuk to win.
that Anna Muzychuk is really now in the lead with quite a difference from Nana Zagnidze. Okay, this
Yes, this is a game between
this is
Katerina
mate.
Lagno and Elizabeth Petz. So Elizabeth Petz just won her game.
Mm-hmm. So well, it seems that Anna Muzychuk is really, maybe she would even
Yes, as I said,
She
might be the win of the tournament
secure the
before,
win
well,
before the last rounds.
before the
yeah.
last rounds. But still, it's 5 games to play, right? And well, 5 games to play, and really quite a distance already. So well, the problem is we somehow cannot see the cross table, but it looks like a very comfortable lead for Anna Muzychuk. Still, few games are. Oh well, no, it's just some players helping arbiters to adjust the pieces. So the round is, well, the first game of this round is finished, so they are coming back to take places for a second one. And I can see Harika sitting in the place of Tatiana Kosintseva, which is a little bit surprising. So there was
Of course,
some
you know, after so many games, even the players are
maybe a little bit
maybe.
confused. Yes, maybe. Ah, well,
Or
they
the
just have
arbiters
to have to
didn't
switch the tables.
didn't
Yeah,
s-
that's
did
right.
not change that.
Yeah, with this electronic
Yeah.
board, you cannot switch the board. I mean, turn the board. So you have to really take a place of your opponent and then.
Like
well,
in football, you know, to change the
yeah, the field.
sides
Yeah,
of the field.
yeah. Gunina is playing Zhao Xiu. Well, Antonetta Stefanova doesn't look very happy. So perhaps she cannot
Well, she's
already cannot fight for the gold, but maybe she's
Yes.
still looking for a bronze medal.
And she started well the first day, and then yesterday she played not very successful, and probably this unsuccessful string to some extent continues today. That's why she's not really happy. And you see that Alexandra Kostyniuk is also shaking her head. So perhaps also something happened in her game that she didn't really like.
Well, I'm not quite sure about the score of Valentina Gunina, but it looks like she has practically no chance to defend the title. That means it's still 5 rounds more, 5 games more, and we get a name of a new world champion in Blitz. So players coming back. Still no opponent for Muzychuk, so Ushenina is not back to the board.
Yeah, but very soon the second games will start, of course. You see that Nana Zagnidze is also still not there, but as we noted yesterday, that when Nana comes to her board, it's time to start.
It indicates the start of the round, but not this time, you see, so still... Okay, Bella Khatinashvili, so both Georgian players are back to the board, and we are still waiting perhaps for Anna Ushenina to start the round. Yes, and she's there. So, well, then it's up to arbiter to give a signal, and
Usually he just checks that everyone is back, and then in a few seconds they start. Yes, exactly.
Well, you can see the round is started, and shall we see another Blumenfeld gambit from Muzychuk? That's gonna be interesting. So,
But you see that Anna Muzyczuk is already very somehow nervous from this.
No, Ushenina, you mean?
And
I think
Ushe-
Ushenina, yes.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
and she
Ushenina.
played strange when she took on c5. Just to set Muzyczuk out from the opening preparation, perhaps. Yes. Well, this way, of course, black is getting comfortable position.
Yeah, but this is interesting how Anna Ushenina is thinking in the opening and really spends some time.
Yes, that's right. So what to do here? Basically e3 or fianchetting the bishop, two possibilities. Well, it's already black is pretty fine. a3.
But of course, if white takes on c5, then
a3, a5. So, well, principal decision. White is not allowed to play b4 that easily. Knight c6 and on bishop e2. Okay, black plays d5, goes for isolated pawn. And after castle, black can immediately equalize, I believe, with d4. Seems so. But no, Muzyczuk is playing for more than just an equal position, so... well, but after a3, a5, indeed, the b5 square is available.
weak, yeah.
Available for white all the time. So quite a comfortable game this time for
Well, it seems that
Ushenina.
anyway at some point black can just play d4. But not now, of course.
Well, perhaps, yes, it's available, but not immediately. Yeah, well, it's not perfectly comfortable for black, I would say. Rook
Yes,
c8.
and the knight from b5 is also protecting d4 square, so...
Yeah, rook c8. I would have been thinking about playing something like queen e7, then putting rook on d8, but okay, this one is possible as well, of course. But look at Muzyczuk. I mean, she always... well, it wasn't the case on the second day, but today she is really
She looks...
keeping the distance in time. So,
Yes,
well,
but
so
I
she
think there's
tries
a...
to keep...
Yeah. That's her point. I mean, she does it
Yeah,
deliberately, I'm sure. So she analyzed what how she played in the second day and decided
What was wrong? Yeah, probably that's the
that
point.
she should
yes.
keep that time, yeah.
Okay, queen g5. And still perhaps switching to rook d8, I believe. This rook has little to do on c8. Well, knight d4 is now not available, so queen g5 is a nice move, actually.
I'm wondering if white can somehow use this bishop on c5, protected only by
yes,
the knight
yes.
from e4, but for the moment it doesn't seem possible.
Realistic,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe,
So not easy for white.
but she should play, of course, quicker. I mean, look how
Knight
big
g3,
is the
then
difference
okay,
in time
then
now.
knight takes g3, I believe. Simply knight takes g3 and that's it.
But not that easy, because then the bishop on c5 would be hanging, and e4 is also possible.
Well.
Maybe not that easy. Okay, she took on
she
d2.
decided to go on d2. No, I would be still thinking on g3. So e4, I don't consider to be a threat. Well, this is a nice idea if it works. d4 trying to use a pin, and yeah, well, that's a strong play from Muzyczuk. d4 is quite a move.
What about queen c2 here?
Queen c2, well, don't know.
Attack c5
Well, queen
and
c2 is a nice move as well.
she played
Let
it,
us
but
say. Well, queen b6. Bishop b6, I thought.
bishop b6,
But
but knight
then
d6
rook on
then.
c8 is gonna be hanging.
Knight
well,
d6,
and knight
knight
d6 is also
yes.
a possibility.
So where to put this bishop, and maybe not that easy.
Okay, bishop f8. Bishop f8 now.
But
Attacking
then
d5.
I can take on d4.
Knight d4, knight d4.
Take
and
on c8.
Yes, you take twice, but you're not giving a check. So after knight e6, it's gonna be an extra piece for black. So you'll have two rooks for queen and the bishop. So bishop f8 seems to be a move here. Well, just a question if Muzyczuk's going to find it.
Bishop
Well, and
f8.
she played bishop f8. Nice
Is there
point.
anything else
Nice
for,
point.
for,
Then
for
you
white?
cannot really take on. So b5 knight is hanging first of all. Then
Yes,
d3
yes, that's
is
a
a
problem.
threat. d3 is a threat. Well, looks very comfortable for Muzyczuk, and although an extra minute is something which has to be taken
Okay,
into
she
account.
still can play queen e2, you know.
Queen,
queen
f5.
f5.
Yeah, queen f5
Yes,
is
that's
once
another way.
again
Actually, it's
a
better
strong
than
move.
queen e2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
strong move. Queen f5. So what to do for black
now
then?
if black takes,
Maybe.
then e3 would be protected by the knight also.
And also knight d6 gonna be a threat.
Yes, and
Oh
the
well,
pawn
this
still
is what I
will
was
be
trying to
hanging.
tell all the time. This is what I was trying to tell all the time. Oh well, queen h6 also a strong move. Well, they're
But
both playing
the pawn on d4 can be just taken. if
with
I'm-
e pawn, you mean?
Exactly, and then it will be an extra pawn, I think. Yeah, but she doesn't
well,
do it.
No, she doesn't
but
do it.
why actually?
Knight d4.
The
if
c1
knight d4
was
and c1. Yeah, so queen h6 was
that's-
actually keeping an eye on c1.
That's an interesting one. Yeah.
So well,
So
then,
she could not
then
take
it's
on
an
d4,
interesting.
huh?
Now again, what if black takes on e3, then rook e3, and c8
But
is
she
oh
takes
well,
with
she
the pawn,
takes with
what's
the pawn,
happening?
and f7 is hanging. But again, black has to be comfortable after something like queen g6 or queen e6. Queen e6, yes. e4, then well, I would swap queens without thinking too much. No, not the case with Muzichuk. Oh well, that is a little bit strange. I mean,
Now, okay.
rook d8, right? Rook d8, forcing white to take on e6, rook e6. So an endgame is surely better for black. Knight
Knight
d5,
d5.
and then we change this knight with knight e7 or something.
After knight e7 is possible knight f6, knight g4, and e5.
Knight f6, well, maybe, but still for the, well, king g7, nice prophylactical move. h4, h5 actually favors black very much, I would say. So h4 wasn't a good idea. Bishop d6 now. Or... well, check first.
Yeah,
She
check.
well,
Now
bishop
bishop
d6 now
d6
it's,
is
I mean,
better.
especially for Blitz, it's such
It's good,
such
yeah.
an annoying move.
But king h3 probably,
King
yes.
h3, but still this king is somehow doubtly placed.
Maybe a rook e8 or something.
knight
Knight d4 is
d4,
a nice
Knight
active move,
d4,
but now f7
well, f7 is
should be
hanging.
protected.
f7
How?
is hanging. Rook f8, well, quite a passive one.
Okay.
Knight e6,
Knight c4 now.
c4.
But
Well,
knight c4
Muzichuk
is
has
she seems
blundered,
she
huh?
blundered this one.
Yeah,
It's
that's
how to-
I'm sure.
Yeah, so
That's
now
I'm
white
sure.
has
well,
an extra
and with Ushanina, it's quite unpleasant. I mean, the way
an
she
extra exchange.
the way
yes.
she plays Blitz, I mean, it's so unpleasant to face.
Okay.
Still, it looks like black has perfect compensation here. Knight
Queen
e2, but I
knight
mean,
e2.
it's just the problem that I
But
mean,
still
you're
it's-
facing
but still it's
Ushanina, so that's the
it's
problem.
exchange up, you know. It's not that.
No, well,
it's
as I
not that
said,
easy.
the only problem is that
Now
you're
rook
really you're
d5,
facing Ushanina, and
Rook
it's
d5
not pleasant to
is
play
coming.
against.
Even
Rook
rook
d7,
d7.
okay, we take this one.
But it
b6,
doesn't matter
still
so
not
much.
easy.
Maybe this pawn.
Still not easy. Bishop f6 could have been played, but even this one is not that easy. Take on b2.
But come on, she gave everything. I mean, how is this possible? All the pawns. For somewhat reason,
King
white really
g4.
gave all the pawns.
King
Now black start to
g4,
play
rook
for a win
d6,
again.
g5. Yes, black is okay. Maybe not playing really for a win, but
But as
doesn't
well,
seem
as
to be
now,
a problem
but
for
now
black.
as well, black can play for a win. Simply, I mean, okay,
yes.
bishop c1. What's the problem?
Bishop c5
Bishop
and okay, bishop e3. No,
Even
everything,
better. I mean,
everything's
come on.
defended.
Now,
everything's
white
defended.
is simply losing, but this is incredible.
Yes,
I
still.
can tell
Well,
you.
it's still a blitz, you know. so
Maybe at
anything
some
can
point
happen.
Anna Ushanina became too relaxed that she won this exchange and just lost the track of the position. Gave her all the pawns, but she gave like I don't know 3 pawns
in a row.
in
yeah.
a row. Yes. And
b5.
What was the reason for it?
b4. What? Oh well, the pawn is. Well, come on. That is really strange. Again, now we see Muzichuk not very confident here.
Converting her advantage.
Yes, but it has to be winning. It has to be winning. Well, just okay. Come, just move somewhere.
Okay,
Move
just few
somewhere,
moves
yeah.
quickly. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
few
I
moves
mean,
quickly to get the time. But so this is what they don't understand, that you just can move few games, you can pull few moves quickly, and then
Okay, rook
Okay, rook
b2
b3, rook
immediately,
b3,
rook
still-
b3,
yes,
rook
yes,
b. I mean,
just-
any move. Why not? Just to get some time, and then you will have time, precious seconds to think.
yes, that's right. King f1. Okay, this way.
Okay, now
This
she.
way black seems to be winning, and okay, white took
Okay,
On
this is
G5.
now winning.
Now this one is winning, of course. This one is winning, and Muzyczuk, it's really relieving for Muzyczuk.
Okay, just
Well, Ushenina
exchanges
never
and-
gives up.
But
And
now
finally,
she
yes,
gave up.
yeah, nothing
Well,
to play with.
what a thriller, I would say.
Yeah, well, that was, well, so breathtaking, but finally went good for Anna Muzyczuk, so she's pretty much in charge to win the tournament now. So, well, how about the closest rivals? I believe, well, Nana Zagnidze is still second, but I'm not actually quite sure after this performs. Well, Nana Zagnidze won, but it's still a lot of.
Yeah, the slight problem is that we do not have the results yet, but we hope to get them after the break, which would go now for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so 2 more double rounds are left.
Yeah, so
2
stay
more
with us.
double rounds, 4 games, and stay with us. We are coming back after a break.
In the long string of great chess players produced by the Georgian chess school, Nana Zagnidze certainly occupies a venerable place. As a junior player, she showed early promise by winning in 1992 the World Championship Under 12. But she steadily established her name on the chess billboards in 2003, when, aged 16, she won both Women World Championships Under 18 and Under 20. She continued to upsurge as a regular presence in the Georgian national team, which she pushed to gold in 2008 and bronze in 2010 in the Chess Olympiads in Dresden and Khanty-Mansiysk respectively. In 2012, Nana won the silver medal for her score on the top board at the Istanbul Olympiad too, although this was not sufficient for her team to claim a place on the podium. The Georgian star became a habitué in the women top 10 rating list. Her combative style makes her an excellent and typical exponent of the Georgian chess school. Nana's risky, aggressive, and powerful way to execute her rivals failed to fade away even after becoming a happy mother. In 2010, the Georgian Grandmaster won convincingly the Jermuk Women FIDE Grand Prix with a stunning 9 out of 11 performance, and 1.5 points ahead of her nearest rival, a result which entitles her to hope for nothing less in the new Grand Prix editions. In a world where people are bending backwards to lay hands on fame and glory, fewer are those adopting a slightly different attitude. Such a rare example is the 22-year-old Olga, a woman grandmaster in chess. If one believes that there is an error on her FIDE page, because surely she should hold an IM title, here's the news: there is no mistake. Not because she doesn't have the norms, the rating, or the strength. The Russian talent simply chose to focus her attention and energy onto chess, for the sake of chess, neglecting the bureaucratic formalities. Such a process-oriented player, as opposed to the result-driven ones, cannot stay in the backseat for long. Olga eclipsed her rivals in 2009 when she grabbed both the European and the world titles in her under-18 age group. In 2013, she entered the strong and very much feared Russian women team, helping her colleagues to claim bronze in the World Championship and silver in the European one. Born in the heart of Russia, in Langepas, Olga will try to prove that the term home advantage can be successfully applied to chess. Although her city of origin is rather far for Western standards, the 545 kilometers east of Khanty-Mansiysk is just next door for the Russian norms. Together with her home supporters, we will all witness the charming and kind Olga turning into a merciless opponent over the board. It was a twist of fate that enriched the chess scenes with one of the biggest Russian and worldwide talents. On the way back home from dance classes, Tatiana and her sister Nadezhda were lured inside the chess club's four walls. Everyone knows what happened next. The two Kasintsevas became inseparable ever since, heading straight to the top of the tree, seizing left and right titles, prizes, medals, glory. With full steam ahead, Tatiana soon became a fearsome competitor at the top level of junior chess, winning the gold medal in the Under-10 European Championship in 1996. Her resounding performance few years later, when Tatiana won the Russian Women's Championship in 2002, promoted her to the Russian Olympic team, where she was far from disappointing her captain, scoring an incredible 11 out of 12 in 2002 Olympiad. Since then, she became one of the key weapons of the Russians in the following 5 Olympiads, especially in 2010, when she helped her team to victory, producing a gold medal on her top board as well. But the best results in her panoply must be considered the 2 triumphs in the European Women's Championships in 2007 and 2009, as well as the victory in the 2010 Grand Prix in Nalchik, which pushed her up to a remarkable 2581 rating peak. In spite of playing less than before and of some drawbacks in her career, Tatiana is undoubtedly going to strike back, and few would be surprised if she will achieve even greater results in the near future. The main question is not what Alexandra did accomplish over the years, but rather what she didn't. More than just a successful chess player, the Russian grandmaster reaped the chess world's laurels, getting the utmost out of it. She is the proud owner of the bottomless bag of medals, a renowned chess author, podcaster, blogger, educator, and last but not the least, a mother too. Alexandra's haul of trophies includes first place in the Women's European Championship in 2004, in the Russian Superfinal 2005, in the Sport Accord Mind Games 2011, and she is also the first world champion in Fischer Random Chess. There is no surprise she is a constant presence in the Russian national team since 2002, where she pushed her troop to 3 times gold in the European Team Championship 2007, 2009, 2011, and in the Chess Olympiads in 2010 and 2012. But the peak achievement of Alexandra's career is unquestionably the Women's World Crown and the 12th Women's World Champion title, which she claimed in her native country, in Nalchik, in 2008. Professional not only on the chessboard, the chess queen doesn't need to bring additional evidence that she truly deserves her title in the kingdom she has built together with her husband, Diego Garces. Very active in online social networks, her pages on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook have more chess fans than many other VIPs could only dream of. A champion for peace in the international organization Peace for Sport, and the restless chess promoter, Alexandra, became a true chess ambassador before even turning 30. It was not hard to predict the readiness of the chess world to roll out the red carpet for the new rising star, the Ukrainian prodigy Katerina Lagno. With her whirlwind progress through her childhood years, she convincingly made her first steps noticed when she claimed the Women Grandmaster title at the age of only 12. By far more attracted to play with her opponent's nerves than with some boring dolls, Katya reached the top of the ladder during her teenage years. In 2005, when she won the gold medal at the Women's European Championship, and 2008, when she decided it was about time to repeat the story. Katerina continued to enrich her trophies with countless outstanding results. Noteworthy are too many, but if we have to mention a few. In 2006, she took the North Urals Cup to her native country, as well as the gold medal from the Women's World Blitz Championship in 2010. Since 2008, she has been the Ukrainian team leader, helping her squad to gold in the Olympia 2006, World Championship 2013, and European Championship 2013. If you think that chess is the only dimension in her life in order to reach all of that, you are wrong. Katerina is the happy mother of a 3-year-old son, Sasha, perhaps a GM in the future. In spite of her early successes, Katya has her feet firmly planted on the ground, working on her best results, which are still yet to come. Currently, Uzbekistan's #1 woman-rated player and the first ever women grandmaster in her homeland, Nafisa, was introduced to chess much later than the professional chess world got used to. Up to the age of 9, she was absorbed by her piano classes in Kokand City, and it was only after her father took her to the local chess club that she had to face a small dilemma: piano or chess? That was the question. Fortunately, Nafisa chose the latter and went on to rise inchmeal until it became clear that there was no turning back and the inevitable was bound to happen. In 2002, she won the Under-12 Girls National Championship. From this moment on, the gold medals in various age groups were set aside for her, including those of a higher caliber from the Women National Championships in 2008, 2009, and 2011. She qualified for the World Women Championship in 2007 from the zonal tournament, which motivated her further to win the silver medal in 2008 in the Under-18 Asian Championship and in 2010 in the Asian Games. Consequently, Nafisa
Hello once again, dear friends. Round 14, the penultimate round of the World Blitz Championship is about to start. Well,
Yes, and
two double
eventually we
two
have
games each round.
So 4 more games are left, and eventually we have a chance to see a cross table. And Anna Muzychuk is leading with quite a comfortable 2.5 points.
So yes, it means that if now she scores 1.5 points, she will be already a winner of the championship.
Yes, and well, she's already second, I have to say, because the distance between her and Anna Zagnidze is 2.5, and all the rest is far behind.
Exactly. Now Anna Muzychuk is facing Marina Gusieva, and she has white.
Yes, so Caro-Kann defense has been played.
Well, I think that Marina Gusieva plays Caro-Kann all her life, more or less. It's her usual
Well,
opening.
that's That's interesting. What?
So
And
they what? Are they going to repeat the
repeating
moves?
the moves.
But for Anna, it's fine. Even why
Yes,
not?
it's fine for Anna to repeat moves, but well.
But why Marina Guseva is doing so? Okay, maybe she's
Yes.
just afraid of the leader somehow.
Well, so Musiciuk took a practical approach to
So
just to
what we
make a
can
draw.
Yeah, what we can say is that now if she would win in the second game, she would be the winner of the championship.
But,
But let's
well,
see what
I'm
is
afraid
Nana
it's
doing,
a bit
if
too
it's
early. So
possible.
now we of course gonna switch to the player who's placed second.
Nana
Nana
Zagnidze.
Zagnidze, well,
That
'cause
we
it
can manage that.
gives
and
her a chance at least to come half a point closer to Musiciuk. Well, surprisingly, well, still I would expect Musiciuk to play, but okay, she decided finally. She made few unpractical decisions during
but
the
this
tournament.
one is quite a practical decision. Okay, I mean the point is that she needs 1.5 points out of 4 games to become the winner.
Yes,
And now she needs 1 point out of 3 games to become the winner. So basically 2 more draws just secure
yes,
the win.
and at the same time, it also it's
It also
required from
depends,
Zagnidze. It
yes,
requires from Zagnidze
win
to
all the
win all the
games.
games, which is maybe not the case. Although this one looks fine so far for Zagnidze, typical English opening structure after exchange on d5, and Black's kingside attack shouldn't be underestimated, but so far White is doing fine. White is getting nice e4, the e4 square for the knight.
And actually Elizabeth Petz is now
She's fighting for third place.
She's fighting for 3rd place, yes.
So it goes like this: Musiciuk, then Zagnidze 2.5 points behind, and
then it's
another
Kostyniuk and Kasintseva.
another 2 points behind.
Sharing,
Yeah?
yes,
Third
place.
place,
So
and
that's really big fight for the 3rd place, I would say.
Yeah,
because
that's
then there are
right,
more
that's
players with half point less and so on.
So basically, those two, Musiciuk and Zagnidze, will be on first 2 places. Well, so far the most likely winner is Musiciuk.
No, but on the other hand, for Zagnidze, it's not that
Oh well,
secure
for Zagnidze
yet.
it's not clear. If she starts to lose, then okay,
Then,
it will be of
yes,
course.
there are players who can catch up with her and even in the last round jump in front. So for Anna Musiciuk, of course, it's much easier because for sure she's
Yeah, she already
second
secured the second place, so minimum silver. But I can tell you that it's really the gold is needed for Musiciuk, as being for I don't know how many years. One of the top, but
players, yes, but
she-
never with a title.
yeah, it looks like she never won a single tournament. I mean, all these Grand Prix, it's been like shared first or something, but never clear first she had.
Yeah. So okay, but let's concentrate on this game.
Yeah, this is
No,
interesting
because
what
this
is
is
going
also-
on. Well, now it looks like Black will have her chances. Black
Also
will have
very
her
interesting,
chances.
yeah. And well, this time you see Elizabeth Pest decided to really
Play
keep,
rather quickly,
keep
yeah?
time, yeah. E3.
She's playing rather quickly. E3. Well. This is interesting. What's gonna happen?
Bishop
F3.
F3, well,
Okay,
this I was not
this is
expecting.
really serious move. I mean, you cannot really take on F3 because of Queen to F file somewhere. Queen
F5 even.
Queen F5, for instance. Or maybe she can actually. Queen F5, Bishop E4. Ah, well, then Queen F2 and Queen B2 at least.
Yes.
So the pawn
So
cannot
it's
be
impossible
taken,
to
and
take this
otherwise
pawn.
it's rather scary. I mean, it goes like this: Bishop, D4, Bishop G2, Queen H3, and Bishop H1, and it seems like nothing really
Nothing
White can do.
stop, huh?
So,
But
no.
okay, always at least White has Bishop D3 to play Bishop F1 then.
Ah, well, yeah, White will have to do this.
At least this is
White will have
possible.
to do this. Yeah, yes, maybe then it's far from being that simple. So it's a repetition available for Black. That's obvious, but not clear if it's more. No, okay, Queen H3 has to be played. Queen H3,
But
and
maybe then H5, but it
well,
gets
it
very slow.
seems a bit too long.
Slow,
Yeah,
yes.
seems a bit too long. Okay, what can I say? Queen H3, Bishop F5, then G4, Rook F5, and taking on H2 with the Queen. Long plan, but it might just work. might just work. So, well, lifting the rook somewhere. And we can see there, I believe it's Anna Muzichuk, and she's also worrying what is happening.
Okay, first she took on
first
e5.
Lizzie, again, it's a principle, well, practical decision. I would say, okay, queen d3. Ah, well, the queen d3 is
Also
possible, by
Actually,
the way.
now I don't like this bishop on g2 so much, you know, because if black starts some play,
rook c4.
then the
Well,
bishop is really out of play on g2 somehow.
yeah, I mean, it's always the case that black has a draw. Queen h3 and then bishop h1, queen f1, bishop g2 back. So basically no problem for black, that has to be. But at the same time, queen c2, now what you gonna do after queen h3? Queen h3 and
Okay,
queen
queen
d1
f1.
again.
But she could play bishop bishop d3 actually. So
Yes,
then
and
it
now
would,
the
there would be no
repetition is
draw.
available.
Ah, but still the same draw would be also possible.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, the repetition is still available. But black didn't play it in the best fashion, I'm pretty much sure. Well. Okay, h5. No, I'm on.
She went for
come
it.
on,
Okay, she
h5
still
is
wants to
too
play for ring, but
optimistic.
it's too slow, really.
That's I'm sure. But this
And
is
now
too optimistic.
you see, all black's pieces are stuck there at the queen side, and maybe white can
Ah,
start
well,
some
still, maybe the
counterattack.
idea is to play h4, open an h file, and then to come up with the same.
Okay.
Well,
Is
now
it
it's
a
really.
due time for repetition?
Yeah, now
you
it's
know?
really a time. Now it's really a time to
H1,
play
bishop
bishop h1
G2.
and bishop g2 just to finish this game, at least with a draw. Yes,
Otherwise, it can be
otherwise
really
it's-
problematic. I believe that black should.
Oh,
no,
well,
actually,
still,
she-
Lizzie is playing for a win, but
now, okay.
rook
take with
e5.
a rook, even, yeah.
Yeah, Nana is really
And now
dangerous
rook
in this
g5,
one.
and come on, I think that black should go for a draw.
Yes, still, it's a possibility to go to play bishop h1, bishop g2. But I don't know, maybe Pat simply doesn't see this.
No,
bishop
no, she's
h1,
going-
bishop g2. Now she's going for
it now
repetition.
because
Yeah, eventually she
it
decided
really
to go
became
for that.
dangerous for black. Yes, so it's a
Yes.
draw.
Well, but it's gonna mean another step in the right direction for Muzichuk, because it's still 2.5 points difference with 3 games to play.
Exactly.
So now she needs
So it means
only
draw.
one draw is needed for Anna
If she now
Muzichuk
makes
to
a
secure.
draw, then Anna Muzichuk would be world
be-
Blitz champion.
Yeah, will be a winner, just a round behind the before the end. But if she's
So okay, Tatiana Kosintseva is fighting for the 3rd place.
yes, she's playing with Daria Charachkina.
If it goes really good, then for 2nd maybe, but
Yeah, so
let's
far
see.
doesn't
so
seem to be
far
likely.
doesn't seem to be that good, this position.
Okay, knight f3. Knight f3 was well. She
And it
missed
was
this. Knight
just a
f3
mate
was
or-
mate in 2.
yes.
Yes. And then she made this
My
hasty decision,
goodness.
capturing the pawn, and then then
My-
she stopped to think. I mean, well, first thing in this position, then then this pawn starts to run. Okay, now after b5,
Now she wants
perpetual
yes,
is available,
perpetual.
but not more than that. It seems. Yeah, this b pawn is
I'm
really
sure,
dangerous.
yeah, it seems that black should go for perpetual. No, she
Okay,
wants
she's
to
trying indeed. She's
continue
trying. b6,
playing.
king h4. No, okay, couple of checks again. King h4, king g3 might be an idea. Okay, well, we are it is
Unfortunate-
back now, but not the game.
Unfortunate to see the arbiter, yeah, but let's see. Maybe he can
He
actually
moves away, huh?
move away, and we can
Yeah.
go back to that game, which is really interesting to follow. Well, you can see that there are still some other games in progress, but of course not so much relevant for the top 3 places. Yeah, so you see, pawn is
now
already
it
on h3
seems-
somehow.
Yes, okay,
and
the
another-
pawn is eliminated, and
How it happened, we don't know, but
yeah, now it's
incredible.
winning for Kosintseva for sure.
h2,
h2, knight f5, king f2,
yes,
and on
this
knight
is
d4, rook
probably
d1
just-
is the best move, perhaps.
and just yeah,
Although,
to
I
take
mean,
this knight.
yes,
so she
and,
just
well-
resigned also in 1 second on the clock.
so good result for Tatiana Kosintseva.
We don't know how Alexandra Kostyuk played because okay, these players are fighting for fighting for the medals.
Well,
Of this
Alexandra
championship.
Kostyuk lost to Valentina Gunina.
Yeah, which puts Tatiana Kosintseva on sole 3rd place now with three
Yes,
three
well,
games to go.
And actually she came closer to Nana Zagnidze, so now it's not such a big difference. 1.5 points with 3 rounds to play.
So yes, everything can still happen with silver and
Okay,
bronze
so
medals.
Stefanova versus Yekaterina Obianych, and well,
Stefanov has 2 extra pawns.
2 extra pawns, but some difficulties to win. Particularly after this one, I'm not quite sure if she is winning at all. Yes, now it's a famous
but now it's
drawish
a famous
position.
draw. Why she should have put the
well, this is
the pawn on
this is
a7,
fantastic. Yes, this is okay. This is h2, not a7, but
h2. Yes.
yes. Well,
But
it's
really,
just
I mean,
a draw.
it's a place for a king there.
Million of checks, and then rook. Oh well, and well, just when we were switched, I think that White actually made a mistake, and Stefanova is winning now. But okay, I'm not quite sure, of course.
Well, normally it is that.
Well,
this position should be drawn.
No. Still, it's the same position from the only one.
Yes, still there are checks.
Yes,
the
and all the
black king
arbiters
is
are
running-
gathered there, so probably
The
it's a
black king
lost
is
game.
running around, but you see that Anastasia Sorokin is trying to clear the path for our camera.
But without much of a chance. We have
I
to
would
say.
yes, because there are so many. I believe it is a draw. Yes, because still there are
Yeah,
checks.
so missed
and
opportunity
yeah,
for
I saw
Stefanova.
that the pawn was still on its place, so it is a
Yeah,
draw.
missed opportunity for Stefanova, and one game is still in progress.
But you see again, the people are gathering around, so probably after
Yes,
some
yes.
time we will lose a view of this one. But so far, let's see what is happening. So
Well, this is interesting. It's
Bela
Alexandra
Khachanashvili is trying to
Goryachkina.
convert the extra queen, but not that easy.
well, the king
Because,
is coming there.
On
Rook
the other hand,
F2.
the problem is problem of black is that the pawn is somehow a little bit too far from the king. If the king, the pawn, and the rook would be all together,
Yes,
then
it
would be easier to defend. But here,
No, okay, queen e2.
yes, here it
Then
is.
queen g4, yes, and this pawn falls.
The pawn
perhaps.
falls, and with the pawn, the game would also.
Well, the staircase,
so
famous
now
staircase
we-
maneuver, and then
But
The
rook
pawn
c6,
falls. Yeah, it could have been played
could
actually.
have been played at least to protect the pawn. But okay, now there is a.
Now still it will be, it's gonna be some difficulties for White to win this one.
But the
Nice way is
the
actually,
king
yes.
comes closer.
Nice way is actually to pin the rook, yes.
The king comes closer, and at some point,
But no checks. Well,
not that easy, huh?
well, not that easy. Queen f2, then checking on king f3. On king f3, it's rook f4, and rook f4, and now it's a draw.
Oh, come on! Rook f4 was just a stalemate.
Well, fantastic.
It seems that, Alexandra Goryachkina, even though she continues to play this position in
She
her
is,
mind, she
doesn't
is
even
overall-
have an idea what is the
Yes.
what is the method there. Yeah, what is the method to defend? And Bella doesn't seem to be confident to. Yes, another example of not
you see the
not very
you
good
see the
technique
clock
from the
even?
players.
So that Alexandra has like less than 10 seconds, but come on, this
Will
was
actually
really.
okay. Now it's a famous field opposition. King f6, and this is it. This is it. Now, really, the rook is lost.
Oh, but such a
rook
chance.
G1.
But what I
Well,
mean is that
check, then check on d5.
continuing to play this position, of course, you should at least try to grab your chances. I mean, then why
Yes,
to play
queen
at all?
e4, queen c4, or
Such
what?
a-
Okay, I just remember it's winning, but
But how it's not
queen
easy?
c2. Now queen c2, and okay, queen d3, queen b3, but queen c2 would have been faster. Queen b3. So what I mean, you have to give check from c2.
Yes,
King
and
g1,
then-
g8,
yeah,
then check
yeah,
from. Okay, come on.
But what is this? Yes, and then
Yes,
the
win
check
the
on
rook,
on
win the rook
on the back
eventually.
rank, and then another check to win the rook. Yes.
Yeah,
So
this
now
is
it
incredible.
goes
I mean,
all over
still
again.
another round of those million checks and everything. And White, by the way, has some time, so
So why not to think for a moment? Yeah.
yes. Well, this is
Ab-
really.
Well.
This is really surprising what is going on here. And actually this is the Philidor's position, so king f... Well, now she's not playing this. Well, Well,
Okay,
well.
obviously Bella doesn't know how to convert this, but
Yes,
at the
and
board she cannot
Goryachkina
really
doesn't
come
know
up
how to defend properly.
also, yeah.
Yes.
But
now
after
it
this
looks
game, I'm sure that both players would check this and will remember for the rest of their lives how to play at this position.
Okay. No, I mean this is
Because
incredible. This is simply incredible. Rook G8.
Okay.
So
Now.
making it one more time and okay, Rook G6 and
but
the
now
rook
she
cannot be
found
captured.
this, again. Now she
No,
found
now
this
it's a question
stalemate.
if king can run away actually.
Okay, now so far give checks.
Well, so now yes, then king has to run. I mean, still, I believe it looks
Now
winning.
maybe to give checks
Oh no, the
from
check from
backside.
from the first rank. Now it's a draw, right? Now it's a draw. Or king can go away to
To
f8 maybe.
somehow, yeah.
Well, okay, king a3. You're not really escaping those checks. Okay, rook b1, and here we are once again. Now this is an example of really lack of technique.
But the point is that it's really
Now
difficult.
it's
Now it's
check
from
from
the side. Now I believe it's a draw actually.
No,
because
just a
go
second.
to
King
fade?
c4, king c4, king c4, and then, oh well. This one is also possible. Rook b4 is the only check, then king c3, and rook is captured with the king.
I see. So,
So it's
maybe
gonna
she
be
had
another
to-
round. Okay, now the rook is lost after a few checks.
Yes.
Check
So
then,
probably
queen
she
e7,
had-
queen
Probably
e7
she
now.
had actually to give a check still
Okay,
for
queen
the first
d7.
and then
Now what?
it's a 50 moves.
50 moves claimed by the arbiter or what? This is not fair because, okay, Goryachkina wasn't claiming 50 moves. And the rook is lost in a couple of moves then.
But Goryachkina didn't say anything to that as far as we
Yes,
saw,
so
yeah?
this is strange.
Yes, and of
So,
course Bella
well,
Hadzinashvili
this is quite a debatable.
is not happy about this decision.
Yes, well,
Well, as far as I know, of course, I mean,
the player should
yes,
address the
it
arbiter.
would be no problem and it would not
Well,
be...
You know what
some kind
I
of-
would done there? What I would have done there? I mean, because this one doesn't seem to be involved. Well, those players doesn't seem to be involved in it for a top three, for the fight for a top three. I would give them the result they deserve. So I will give 0 to Goryachkina, not to find in this stalemate, and at the same time only a draw to Bella Hadzinashvili because he has
Because
no
she-
idea how to
yeah.
win.
This is nice, yes. But the point is that really, if
Yeah, well-
Goryachkina claimed this, then
50
okay.
moves, then
no-
they
no
had
pro-
to
no,
check and,
yeah.
and everything,
But,
but stopping the
I'm
game
not,
like
I'm
that
not sure that the
seems-
arbiter
Yeah, seems
really interfere here.
yes,
Yes.
seems inappropriate. So I'm not quite sure if it has been, if that was done correctly.
you
And
see
you
that
see
Bella
Bella
is-
is complaining. Bella is complaining. So it might be really.
Of course, because now she was winning a rook.
Yeah,
in
now
two
she
moves,
was
I
winning
mean,
the rook in 2 moves, although I'm
but
not quite
let's
sure.
see. Bella
Yeah, and
Hadzinashvili
she's
is
getting huge support, by the way.
on
I
12
believe.
and a half points.
Well,
so,
maybe
okay,
not
she's
fighting.
not fighting for the medals, but still, you know, it's
Still,
a rating.
it's unpleasant. It's money after all. I mean, it's
After all,
like
it's money, yeah.
10 prizes or something. So it's still she's fighting for a prize money. So it's not really.
But you see that the arbiter is not changing his
Yeah, it seems like the arbiter
mind.
is
But
not
okay, now
changing
he
his
cannot
mind.
really change his mind because now what to do?
Yeah, to
make
play this one
continue
from this
again
from
or
that
what?
position
From
is
the
not
position?
really very much pleasant. But just imagine how to play this game. I mean, the second game with Goryachkina after such an accident, it's not really possible
And you
to
see
play.
that the players are discussing this.
Yeah,
actually.
players are discussing, and also
you see
Bella
Antoaneta
seem to leave a playing hole. So I don't know how this issue is going to be solved. After all, well,
No,
of
but
course.
actually we agree. I would agree, you know, that the arbiter shouldn't have interfered. And in case Goryachkina would claim, then okay, he should really accept that this is a draw after 50 moves. But Goryachkina
Well,
should claim
we
it.
actually still don't know if it was 50 moves.
Okay,
first
they
of
should
all.
check, and if
They
it is,
could-
then
they could
yes.
check,
But
yes,
the
they
point
could
is
check.
that Goryachkina
Okay,
should have
let me-
claimed it.
Let me try to check, by the way, because we still.
No, I'm sure
have-
that if he stopped, then it was actually 50 moves. But the point is that
Yes.
It was not the arbiter to
okay.
stop this game. It was the player to claim this.
Well. Just a second. So this pawn has been captured. Which moment actually? Well.
Let's see. So
Let's see. By the way, yes. Okay.
why not? We
still
will have
I
our
don't
own
see.
commentator's investigation here.
Okay, so the move number 109, the pawn has been captured, and at the move 168, so 59 moves has been played before Andrei Filipovic, the chief arbiter, declared this one to be a draw. But still, if Koryachkina didn't apply, this decision seems to be fairly dubious.
Exactly.
Well, after all, it wasn't rook against rook, which some players turned to play when it was without an
yes,
increment.
and then
yeah.
everybody would applause to the arbiter, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
just to
that's
stop
right.
this.
Yeah, that's right. Just to
But
stop
here,
this,
when you know, in two moves,
circus,
the rook
yeah.
would be lost, and of course,
at least player
it's really.
had to climb. Yes.
So I believe that's why this round is a little bit delayed, because probably is Bella Khitanashvili at her place or not? I don't.
No, well, I'm not
I
quite
don't
sure
see.
if she's coming. I mean, maybe she went to protest. I mean, so there is.
Actually, it can be that.
well, there is an
But
appeals
the point
committee
is that
here.
there is an appeals committee, and if she writes an appeal now, then what will happen? Actually, will they play this round without her? I don't think so.
No, I think they're
I
gonna
think it
wait
will
for
be
decision.
yes,
so
it will be
that
stopped, and we will wait
might
for the decision of the appeals
really
committee.
Might really okay. No,
But
the
you see,
round is not
Harika
starting.
Drunavari
Harika was about
tried
to start the round, but the
game,
round
but
is not
her
starting.
opponent said, "But look, the arbiter is not yet."
Starting the game,
Yeah.
yes, because Bella Khitanashvili is not back to her place.
Well, but it's always amazing, you know, to have a Blitz championship going without any appeals or some some
but
problems.
No, I mean
Because normally in Blitz there are always a lot of stuff
a lot of
happening.
appeals
yeah.
and everything. Yeah, it went tip top till that moment, and still, I believe arbiter just shouldn't interfere there, and that would have been still okay. Doesn't matter how
Exactly.
this game would have finished. I don't know if Koryachkina would claim just a move before she's losing the rook.
In
if
this
she would
case,
claim,
okay.
That of
in
course
this
it's a
in
draw.
this
Yeah.
case, the arbiter would say that it's a draw, and okay.
So they are starting the
But
round,
you see
and
that
Bella
Bella
is not
Khitanashvili
coming.
is not at her place. Well,
Yeah, Bella is not coming to the round. I don't know how this issue is going to be resolved, but let's let's
Anyway,
go back to
let's,
the leaders.
yeah, concentrate on this
Anna
and see if Anna
Muzicuk
Muzicuk wins this
with
game.
Marina Guseva, and
with this tournament. Let's
well,
say.
look.
But
No, this is
no repetition, eh? But
yeah,
yes,
this
but
is
yes,
this
look,
is Bishop
that is a
F5, Knight
repetition.
H4, and
And
of
of course for
Muzicuk
Anna
is
is just,
well,
Now you can
he's
see
not
that
insisting.
you see that Anna Muzicuk becomes a new Women World Blitz champion.
Yeah,
right now.
this way, yes. Okay,
So yes, with one round to go, with two games to go,
Yes, yeah, okay,
Anna
but
Muzicuk is a new
it's a
Women
new world
Blitz,
Blitz champion. So, well, in the worst case, if she loses both last games, she might be tied for the first with Nana Zagnidze,
But she has better
then,
tiebreak,
well,
yes.
the first tiebreak is, well,
The direct
encounter.
and
It's 2-0 for Muzicuk.
So yes, we can congratulate Anna Muzicuk already
Yeah.
with one double round to go. But let's see what will happen with other medals, because it's still not clear. So Nana Zagnidze is now second, and she's waiting for this to. She wants to, of course, have this place until the end of the event.
That's right. Now perhaps Zagnidze has to concentrate on being second.
But you see that Bella Khitanashvili
Yes,
on
still-
the back is still
still.
discussing with the arbiters this
No,
issue,
no,
and
well,
she's not returning to the game. Of course, she's.
fully supporting the player in this case. I'm fully supporting the player.
But how to resolve it? That's the problem. What to do now? I mean, there is probably no way to really resolve it in the right fashion. Maybe they because
Well,
you see that Anastasia Sorokin is trying to calm her down, but okay, what
yes,
to
really,
do?
I mean, unpleasant
Maybe they should give a
situation
point to Bella Khitanashvili and half a point to her opponents to make
well,
everybody happy.
No,
But then the others would
yes,
start
of
to
course, other
protest,
players
you
would
know.
start to complain about that. Otherwise, they would just give
Okay,
full point to anyone.
Meanwhile, F5 was
well,
played, and
this starts to be.
the king on G8 is a little bit lonely.
How about E5 there? Yeah, where Black plans to move the pieces. I mean, this knight from E8 is not getting anywhere. Well, Elizabeth Petz has really promising position here. Of course, still Nana plays like automat without much of thinking, but the position, if you ask me, the position is really suspicious here. Bishop d5.
Just rook g1.
Well, rook
this
g1
is where the rook
is-
wanted to go, I believe.
Yes, and
And
then
maybe just
just
queen
prepare
e2 and
prepare
long
long
castle,
castle,
yes.
and well, it looks really
Somehow then for white everything would go naturally, you know. Yes, and long castle.
Well,
now.
I still cannot say that white is absolutely winning or something, but it's.
But she will have very easy game, you know. Just
Yes,
everything
yeah,
comes
that's
into
right,
attack,
that's
and
right, and no problem at all, no problem at all. So well, Zaknitsa is really played it in suspicious way. Okay, knight e6, but then white might want to regroup the pieces, knight back to g3 and queen to h5. Okay, or queen f2, queen h4, also a possibility. Queen is coming to h4, then rooks are doubled on g-file. Well,
yeah, right now queen h4 seems
yeah,
seems
just
completely
fine.
fine.
Queen h4 and then double the rooks on g-file, and seems like white's gonna have enough power
And
there.
it's not that easy to come up with something for black, you know, to stop this.
Yes, that's right. It's not easy for black whatsoever. And also, white has more authorities, so this knight from c3 might join the attack somehow, like knight e2, knight g3.
Yes, and even attack on a5.
Yes,
pawn
f5 pawn is also a target for white.
Well, not a pleasant situation for Nana Zagnidze, I would say.
Well, knight
Just take
g7.
on
Okay,
G7.
maybe it's a bit of a relief for black, because at least this bishop may return to h5 to protect the king a little bit. No,
But
Zagnidze doesn't want to do this.
still not easy. Rook g5 now. Knight from g7 cannot really move because of f5 pawn.
Yes, maybe. But what white's main problem is the bishop on e3. So I would be thinking about relocating this bishop somehow. Rook g5 and well, and knight e6. No, Zagnidze managed to put everything together. So this is exactly what I said. I mean, white has to take care of the bishop on e3, because so far bishop is rather passive.
It's still after knight. Well, yeah, knight e6 is really now. That's very nice.
Nice positional threat. Yes, knight e6, take. Well, doesn't seem like
Aha. But where the bishop goes?
g2.
G2, but wouldn't
Yes.
it be a little bit?
Yes, it is a little bit exposed,
suspicious,
but
yes. Maybe even
Never
rook g1 was possible,
never-
and then
yes.
queen f2.
yes, and this bishop is never coming back. Actually, he's never coming back. So, well, what king d2? Well, king d2. Well, knight d.
But what is the plan for white? This is a question now.
What's the plan for white?
Somehow all the
Yes.
pieces are standing so that it's not easy to move any of them.
Yeah, rook g1 was still possible. Yes, I think rook g1 would have
It was
been
somehow
preferred.
better, yeah.
But maybe bishop f3 was then available.
Ah. Can be, yeah, can be.
So not easy for both sides to make
But now you
progress,
see
and
that
now
Nana
I-
is spending her precious seconds.
rook d8. Well, king c2.
And now maybe bishop d2 or something, and really to try to somehow relocate it.
Queen h5
But where? That's
first.
the
Okay, taking taking f5. I mean, attacking f5. Queen g6. No. Well, if white takes, then h3 is gonna be hanging.
No,
so
should go back, I believe.
yeah, I believe she just has to go back. And
Yes, and quicker somehow. It's now really. She should at least make moves quicker, I'm sure. And now, okay, something. I mean, just if white really makes few moves quick, then black would really down to seconds, and then white can see what to. But now knight comes to where?
g6 is not really a
G6.
threat. Okay, that's a nice moment to relocate the bishop to f2. Come on. Okay, this is
Maybe this is also not bad, because now you see the black has
okay,
not so much
but
time, and
bishop e4
Okay,
first,
king
and knight
d2.
coming back to e6. Now black is in a fantastic shape. Now black is in a fantastic shape. Rook
Yeah,
d8.
but on the other hand, the white also got some play. I mean, knight g3 now and threatening to take on e4 and go f5 and so on.
Yes, yes.
Well, not so
You're
easy.
right, you're right.
Not so easy for black
So
either.
what to do now? Bishop has to be moved. Bishop d3.
Maybe
I
knight
think,
d4. Maybe knight d4 to... no, but this doesn't help. really.
c5. So take.
Now f5, I guess.
f5, knight d4, f6.
f6,
I guess.
yes.
Or just capture the pawn on e4. Capture the pawn and it seems, well, now it seems absolutely winning. But, well, this is where Zagnidze starts to play.
This is
yeah?
where the fun starts as
Yes.
usual, yes, because
Rook
there are
d2,
seconds on the clock.
e6 now. e6. No, don't take
But
this knight.
e6 or f6
e6 is
also.
no, e6 was.
But
I
why
mean,
she took this knight? Okay. But still
still
e6, yeah.
still it's rather dangerous. But okay, it would have been now. Oh, okay, e6, queen c3 check.
Ah.
Said no, well, just don't take this knight.
King a3.
King a3. Anyway, I mean it's rather safe for
e6,
white.
okay.
e6. Now queen e5 and
But
queen
what
e5 and
about-
rook g3.
Yes.
No, queen g7.
Rook h3? No, it's
No,
not
no,
a
no,
check. It's not a check because of
check,
h7
yes,
pawn.
that's right. Well, and queen f6 and more or less. No, she doesn't want even to play. Okay, queen f6. Well,
Again, in the
somehow
last seconds, Elizabeth is a
Nana
little bit
is-
losing
yes,
track.
Nana.
And Nana is still improving her position somehow. Okay, goes back.
Now they're repeating the moves.
But will
And
be the
will it-
position now.
okay,
Okay. Queen
now
b7.
it's 3 times
on.
repetition actually.
Something.
Now it was
but
3 times repetition, and well, but Elizabeth is still not happy with this. But I'm not sure why. No, okay, come on, it's just a time to accept 3-fold repetition.
But why not? But okay. Why not to play still for a win? I mean,
which color? I'm not sure. I mean, after all,
bishop, but queen b7 at some point.
okay.
Just
so
jump queen b7. The
Well,
e5 pawn
maybe-
is
maybe it
protected.
was.
Maybe it was possible.
So Nana
Okay.
made another draw. That means, well, no chance for Muzichuk to be caught. So she's already a world champion. So all the congratulations to Anna. But still, a couple of games are still in progress, and we can see Bella Hotenishvili actually
So actually playing.
took
yes.
her place. Well,
But okay, I mean, in this situation, really
quite
nothing.
a bad,
Really nothing to the good way to resolve it. I mean, she should play. Okay, this is important game for the standings. You know.
Yes, and well,
If
two rook pawns, 2 extra rook pawns. Once
as
again, we saw in Stefanova's game.
Yes, Stefano couldn't convert it. Let's see if Tatiana Kosintseva manages, because for her it's important. I mean, it is. It would mean that she would actually be very close to Zagnidze before the last round.
Yes. Okay, King H7. Now it's winning. Now it's winning, I believe. So not a lot of chances left for black. Okay, the other pawn has to arrive to 6th rank. Yes, a6. What? No. No, this is strange. I mean, someone.
Okay, but
Sometimes,
now
okay, it improves black position actually very much. I mean, king was cut on the 7th rank,
Yeah.
and this couple of checks are actually ridiculous. But still, rook g7 is winning, because then a7 comes and
yes,
ru-
a7
and
comes
rook
and
g8.
a8 comes. You know.
rook g8, yes.
Or rook g8, it's a matter of
first,
taste,
yes,
yes.
So, well, so 2-0
So
in this
that
round for
means-
Tatiana
That means that
Kosintseva.
Tatiana Kosintseva would have
And
18
she-
points and Nana Zagnidze 19. So
Yeah, so 1
only
point
1
difference.
point
yes.
difference. So
1 point
Tatiana
difference.
Kosintseva still has chances for the second place, actually. Well,
Yes.
given that Anna Muzichuk is already first, as we know.
Yes, well, and that's a game between those two.
Yeah,
They
since
had
it started later, so it will
Yes, yes, it will be also finished.
continue, yeah, longer.
Yes, finished. It's gonna be finished late as well. So, well, I doubt the decision of Bella Hotenishvili to give away the light square bishop, but it still has to be okay. But then, yeah, I mean now black has a very comfortable square on e4 for the knight.
Yes.
So, well,
White,
knight
you mean,
e4. Yes, Karyachkina is very comfortable square for the knight.
Maybe just to take.
No, actually, after bishop h6, it's...
Though she cannot take, yes, but she... What to do now,
No,
actually?
but, well,
Queen f2.
Queen f2 is possible, but, well, I can say that I'm not quite sure what is the threat, actually.
But still it's unpleasant, you know, better
Yeah,
to protect
it's
from
quite annoying,
it.
yeah, I can
even though there is not a threat,
I can
but still.
accept it's quite annoying, yes. Then, okay, b5. I would say b5. No, h4. Not clear, actually. Not clear, okay. Bishop takes.
Okay, she decided to eliminate this
And
mighty
king
knight.
g7. And still b5 needed one day if black is actually planning to try to play for win, so b5 is really needed.
Yeah,
But no,
right
well,
now, yes.
don't
And
know
of
if
course now
she's-
Bella, I'm sure she's so angry she wants to just play
Yeah,
for a
to-
win in here.
To smash her opponent. But, well... the king is... White's king is
Okay, rook b8.
relatively safe, so it's not clear if... Okay, b4,
Okay,
c4.
c4 is now past
Not
the
very comfortable. Okay, queen goes there. But no rook c1 available, so let's say after queen
maybe queen
c7.
c7, yes.
Queen c7, no rook c1
Then the
for
rook
white.
takes on b5 and
Yes, it's still gonna be
black would press
gonna
b4.
be interesting. Rook a1. So well, take and take on b5, yes. And then d5 pawn is hanging.
Not that easy, I would say, for white.
Yeah, for both actually. 'Cause
Maybe a rook a6, a5.
okay, rook a2, she decided. Oh well, but why don't you take on d5? So that's the question. And also threatening mate on d1. That's somehow simply mutual blindness. King h6. Well,
Right, well, rook a6 was possible to attack d6.
rook a7. Will it continue like the previous one? I mean, with mutual blindness here and there.
Can be. And now at least white want to play b5 or something.
Yes, white wants to play b5. Oh no, white doesn't want anything. White wants to make a draw. Okay.
It seems, yes. But actually, white can also jump with a knight to
To
f6
f6,
and
g4.
g4 maybe. And then if e5 pawn would be... Oh, not would be. Okay, d6 is...
Okay,
Just
queen, but
protecting it.
well, queen is now taking an a file, but okay, rook b4. Rook b4 was possible.
But what is this? Now the
Now
pawn...
queen b4. What?
But the
Come
queen
on,
can-
queen b4.
could
Of
just
course. I
take
mean,
it,
she is
yes.
afraid to lose this. She's afraid. She was afraid to lose this d6 pawn. But of course, no, come on. The quality dramatically
Dropped, yeah.
drops down when it comes to the.
To the lower boards.
Yes, not only lower boards, but I mean, this is
Last
too many
rounds.
rounds. Yeah,
Mm.
too many rounds here. Well, then it's queen b1, and
Okay,
well.
so this is the end of
So
it.
Bella had her revenge eventually, and well, she won this game, and I believe it's the last game of penultimate round. So we're gonna have
Have
the
a
last
break.
round in 10 minutes.
The last round will
Hopefully-
determine not the champion, because the champion is already determined.
Yeah, but,
But
it's
medals,
gonna be a
medals,
yes, gonna be a
still a big fight.
fight for second and possibly third place.
So
yes.
stay with us, don't go too far away.
Yeah.
FIDE Women World Blitz Championship 2014 continues. On the second playing day, rounds from 6 to 10 were played at the Ukraichess Academy in Khanty-Mansiysk. Anna Muzichuk from Slovenia, who was convincing leader after 5 rounds, slowed down a bit. Blitz games are always exciting, and already in the first game of the day, Anna Muzichuk blundered horribly, allowing Stefanova to deliver checkmate. In the return game, Muzichuk recovered and converted the advantage. In the next round, she won a beautiful game with a knight sacrifice against the defending champion Valentina Gunina. In the next 3 matches, however, Muzachuk could not achieve more than a draw against Tatiana Kasintseva, Zhao Xiu and Alexandra Kostyuk. She finished the day on the first place with 15 out of 20 points. However, Muzachuk is joined by Nana Dzagnidzhe from Georgia. She had a flying start, then a couple of shaky displays, before making another surge forward. Dzagnidzhe defeated Irina Krush, Daria Charishkina and Katerina Lagno by 2-0 and shared the points with Gunina and Kasintseva. 2 points behind the leaders are Zhao Xiu from China and Antoaneta Stefanova from Bulgaria. 5 more double rounds are to be played on the last playing day of the championship. From an early stage, Xiu became the fear of her junior competitors, proving she was the most talented of them all in 1997, 1999 and 2002, when she took to China the gold medals from various age groups, under 12, under 14 and under 20. But maybe her most stellar results came within the national Chinese team, where she performed fabulously. Xiu played an important role in the last 2 victories of China in the Women's Chess Olympiads. Her first one in Blitz 2002 was exceptional. She took the gold medal on the 4th board with a massive score 11 out of 12. In Calvia 2004 she took gold again, on board 3 this time, with an impressive 10 out of 12. In Torino 2006 her team didn't win, but Xiu decided to press the repeat button and won gold again, on the top board with yet another outstanding score, 10 out of 13. The Chinese Grandmaster continued to rise, leading her team to victory in the Women World Team Championships from 2007, 2009 and 2011. On an individual level, Xiu reached the semi-finals of the World Women Championship in 2010 and won the 2013 Sport Accord Mind Games Basque. In order not to disappoint her fans, in 2011 Xiu won the Women Grand Prix stage in Nalchik with a great score 9.5 out of 11. Bear in mind that she actually lost in the last round to still finish 2.5 points ahead of her nearest rival. Although Xiu didn't cross yet the 2600 barrier, the chess spheres know it will happen, as she clearly showed that when the Chinese is in the top shape, she is going with the principle Veni, Vidi, Vici. Xiu knows very well which are the keys to success. Integrity and hard work are the most important qualities, she said. The Chinese is currently working on her educational research in the Peking University in Beijing, entitled New Qualities of Chess Players. For those who are interested in the results, just a bit more patience. Xiu has first of all tournaments to play. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. For Anna, this happened as a pure coincidence, when her mother wanted her to play draughts. But when they reached the club, it turned out that they had only chess. This was just the starting point of a long journey. Although the young Anna learned how to move the pieces a bit later than her colleagues, when she was only 7, nothing stopped her progress since. She firmly stood up from the crowd by becoming the clear Ukrainian women champion for several years. Soon after, Anna strikes with an early pinnacle in 2006 Olympiad, where her undefeated 7 out of 10 score helped the Ukrainian team to gold. Since then, the team medals kept on coming like clockwork, Anna being responsible in a great measure for that. Her individual successes didn't cease to occur either. After bringing home the bronze from the European Women's Championship in Plovdiv in 2008, Anna made the biggest leap of the career, becoming the 14th World Women's Chess Champion in 2012. She overpowered the higher-rated Anna Muzachuk, Natalia Pogonina, Nadezhda Kasintseva and Yu Wenyun to finally reach the final against the former world champion Antoaneta Stefanova, which she defeated as well. But Anna's interests are not limited to only chess. She is very much fond of jurisprudence, subject from her law faculty at Yaroslav the Wise Law Academy in Ukraine. This, combined with her affection for the classical wizards, such as Spassky, Smyslov or Karpov, may explain Anna's playing style in terms of foresight and circumspection, melded with fearless attacks when given the chance and when the position allows it. The Tuvshintuks family has a unique engagement with the royal game. Chess is like the history of our family. Everyone plays it. Uncles, sisters, nieces, my aunt, nephew, brother, and they hold FIDE titles too. Shares the strongest player from the clan, women grandmaster Batchimek. Like father, like daughter. Batchimek's talent gradually brought her to the second place in the national woman list, making her an irreplaceable presence in the national team. She proved her skills on several occasions by winning the gold medal in all three national women championships, classical, rapid and blitz. And yet her other honorable results shouldn't be placed under lock and key either. Batchimek took the first place in the Susan Polga World Open Championship in 2006, the fifth place in the 16th Asian Games from Guangzhou 2010, and the gold medal with her team in the 11th World University Championship in Zurich 2010. But it was recently, in 2013, when Batchimek made a name for herself in the widened chess spheres, by becoming the surprise of the FIDE Women Grand Prix from Dilijan. Batchimek occupied the very honorable 7th place, surpassing experienced players like Harika Dronavali, Olga Giria, Victoria Chmilite, Elina Danielian and Bella Khatinashvili. On top of that, she defeated the current women world champion Hou Yifan at the 2013 Geneva Women Grand Prix. Batchimek's full name might be quite difficult to pronounce for the European speakers, but her easygoing personality will not fail to be noticed too. The 27-year-old is an affable lady who loves to dance and sing, proving her talent not only on the 64 squares board, but also in many other sports. Skydiving will be one of them soon. So don't get fooled by the apparent gentle look. Batchimek's talent and courage are able to produce masterpieces. The Bulgarian star received her first chess guidance from her father at the age of 4, and just 3 years later she already made her name by winning the Sofia Championship. In the twinkling of an eye, Antoanetta's results bore the resemblance to the snowball effect, culminating with her win at the 10th Women World Championship in 2004. The former World Women Champion almost reclaimed her title back in 2012, but lost by a whisker in the final against the Ukrainian Grandmaster Anna Ushenina. She is now the irreplaceable top board of the Bulgarian Olympic team, where she had her debut back in 1992 in Manila, at the age of just 13. Since then, she played in the next 10 Olympiads, including the participation in the men team in 2000. But Antoanetta's presence does not shine only over the chessboard. In 1997, her rating broke into the top 10 women worldwide, and in 2002 she won the European Women Championship, a victory which propelled her to the second highest rated woman in the January 2003 rating list, with 2560. But Antoanetta's presence does not shine only over the chessboard. She is also a glamorous person, known and admired for her look, perfect for any magazine cover, and not only for the chess ones. In 30 years of chess career, Antoanetta acquired the proficiency and maturity to make another leap forward. When toddlers are generally speaking just learning to walk and talk, the few of them manage to wow the audience by finding more challenging tasks. It was the case of young Anna, a 2-year-old child who took up chess before she could even say Zugzwang. She progressed smoothly ever since and went on to prove her talent by crowning her junior career with 2 gold medals in the World Championships under 16 in 2005 and under 20 in 2010. Anna's track record couldn't have passed unnoticed. Starting with 2004, she was invited to play on the first board for the Slovenian team. But her rise didn't stop there, and the vast array of medals and titles speak for themselves. In July 2012, Anna crossed the 2600 mark, undoubtedly proving she is capable of shoulder-to-shoulder combat against top grandmasters, when she took part in the ACP Golden Classic 2012. The secret key to success is within everyone's reach, as long as one could be as disciplined as the Slovenian grandmaster. Anna is a hard worker, dedicating 6-8 hours per day to the royal game. In moments of doubt, the support of her sister Maria comes in handy, the two motivating and helping each other to climb the highest heights of success in the passion they both share, chess. A big fan of Kasparov, whose games influenced her the most, Anna displays the same fearless, attacking chess without forgetting of prophylaxis.
Dear friends, welcome to the last double round of Women's World Blitz Championship 2014, and already we have a new champion. New champion has been born there. It's Anna Muzichuk representing Slovenia, so she won this tournament with 2 more games to play.
Yes, right now she has 21.5 points, and already nobody can catch her. In Anna Zagnidze, if she wins both games, she would have 21, but right now she's at 19 points.
But for the rest of the places, it's not that clear. Yeah, so far, Anna Zagnidze is placed second.
With 19 points?
Yeah, 19, 1 point ahead of Tatiana Kosintseva, and on the 4th spot is Zhao Xiu with 17.5. So between those 3 players, I believe the medal's going to be decided. First of all, of course, it's all in hands of Nana Zagnidze. If she wins at least 1 game, I believe she's going to be silver medalist. But Kosintseva actually has a tough task.
Because she's playing against Marina Guseva,
who's known to be as well a good Blitz player.
Yes, and there is also Zhao Sui, who is at 17.5 points, so very close to Kosintseva. Exactly. So that's why task of Tatiana is really not that easy.
Not giving away the hope for a second place, but also to secure the 3rd is important for Kosintseva. She has to play for a maximum. Still 2 minutes before the start, so with this incident in the previous round, it has been
a little bit delayed.
A bit delayed. So we shall see what's gonna happen now.
You see that the first board...
first board, Anna Muzichuk is facing Zhu Cheng, but, Anna already can relax a bit.
And already she played with everybody, so Zhu Cheng is actually 7 points behind Anna Muzichuk. 7 points,
right.
Yes.
So 7 points distance between Zhu Cheng and Muzichuk, but this is what happens when you have 34 players in only 15 rounds, double rounds in this case.
Maybe she will again make some short draws. I don't know if your opponent will agree to that.
On the last board, I can tell you, on the last board, the players who are playing on the last board have 11 and 10.5 accordingly, so it's not...
But still there are players who have less points, but they are playing on the upper boards because of the pairing.
Yes, and we are watching Muzichuk's game.
Yes, we will just shortly switch to Nana Zagnidze because...
Yes, as we said, so Muzichuk already solved her task, so it might be not that important. So we will follow
this one because it's more interesting to see for the medals how they will be distributed. So Nana Zagnidze,
faces Inna Gaponinka, experienced Ukrainian player, English opening once again, and a bit of an unusual choice from Nana Zagnidze. I'm not quite sure if e5 is the most common move in this position. So far, Kaponinka didn't spend a single second here.
Yes, and even got some seconds.
Yeah, even got some seconds.
On her clock.
Oh well, this is interesting. What's gonna happen? Well,
but Nana is also she decided for setup and she's going
now she progresses much quicker. Yeah.
Quick, yeah.
Now she progresses much quicker. Well, we shall see what's gonna happen there.
No, black break in the center, which is normal.
Yeah, d6. So, well, now what to do for white? To take on d6 perhaps and to play bishop e4 later. Take on d6, bishop e4 and trying to play d4. Which won't be easy actually.
That is what
won't be easy. Bishop e4 she plays.
White should do, of course, play d4 at some point, but
black, well, might want just to castle actually. So not sure if black has to
defend this knight.
Yeah, has to take care of about c6, but maybe black just can castle. Because bishop c6, bc6, still white will carry d4 break one day, and that's gonna mean black structure will be improved. So
yeah,
castle,
so that's why
bishop
she
c6,
didn't care.
bc6, d3. So black will try to set some pressure on. White will try to set some pressure on black c5. But well, black may want simply to roll with the central pawns
e5 and
f5, and yes, to play it in aggressive mode. Well, complicated position, I have to say.
And Inga Ponenko, yes, she's not fighting for the medals. She's just at 14.5 points. So basically, I don't know if she would be really aggressively in aggressive mood for this game.
Well, still, nobody likes to lose, right? So she's still going to try to show her best.
Well, e5, yes, exactly, that's what she's doing. And now another pawn would come to f5, even though black should take care of some knight jumps at some moment.
Knight
Right now, knight
e4
e4 was one of these jumps.
Bishop f5.
But just bishop f5.
Yes,
you played immediately. Yes, of course, white is pressing on c5.
Well, bishop f5,
I'm not sure about it, because it seemed that this is a place for a pawn to... but
well,
she decided to... But now, okay, white is clearly better in this position. Because simply the knight, the bishop is simply better.
No, I mean, bishop e7 I don't like, of course. White is clearly better unless black manages to bring the knight to d4. So knight f8.
Which is not that easy.
Yes. So white has to do is to swap the rooks quickly. Yes, this is what Zagnidze is doing. So this knight on d4 will be okay nicely, but not very much efficiently placed. Otherwise, if rook would be still present, rooks would be still present on the board, then knight d4 covers the file for white. So white cannot progress on this d file, and black would be doubling on d file, and so on. Yeah, but it looks like Gaponenko is simply playing for, for safety.
Exactly. And well, I believe that white has some edge here. Now the question is how to
especially
replace
for a blitz, I would say. Especially for a blitz.
So.
Well, meanwhile, I can tell you it's a rather unclear position in the game of Zagnidze's closest rival, Gusiwa with Kosintseva. We are not following this one yet, but okay, we shall see. So we are still concentrated on this one. Yeah, the queen.
Yeah, of course, because if Nana wins, then.
Yeah, then there is no point to speak. Yeah, no point to speak about the fight for second place.
She will be second. So. Yeah, but and you see that now Inga Ponenko is actually spending her time.
Queen c7 still.
I believe that she went just for safety and for defensive positions. She wants to defend everything, but then white really gets a chance. Maybe knight e1, knight d3. Yeah, that's actually what she's doing.
Yes, but the knight arrives at the same time. Knight arrives to d4.
f4. Some active play. Well, still knight d6 is possible.
Yeah, knight d6 is possible indeed, but also.
But maybe to take and bishop d6, eh?
No, well, bishop d6
It was
wasn't
impossible.
possible,
Sorry, but yeah.
yeah, but to take it might be a good idea because d4 square is still available,
Okay, still
and
she
at the
went
same
for.
time,
Okay.
okay.
So
So
the
this
point
is-
of Nana is that she wants to somehow
Yeah,
manage this
to
position with bad black bishop, but on the other hand, d4 is quite strong.
yeah, d4 pawn is well still gives
Maybe a
black
5,
some
yes.
chances.
A
Okay,
five.
f5 to close the position a little bit, and then well, I would say a5 seems to be interesting, although I'm not sure actually. Should black maybe try to just block everything to play c5 and... Because here, for example, okay, first Zagnidze is improving the king's position, then she's gonna proceed with b4 and something like this. Well, not that pleasant for black to play, I have to say. Not that pleasant.
Okay,
h6, well, actually gives white more possibilities to
Yes,
penetrate light squares.
I don't understand this h6 actually.
So king is coming, then b4, king b3 might be played one day. How about b4 actually? Oh, the king has arrived. Well, king b2, a3, b4, also a possibility. Don't know why black didn't play a5. Well,
No, but then
Zagnidze tries...
on the other hand, queen a6. I don't know.
Ah, well, king b3.
Maybe
King b3.
king-
Yes, well...
king where?
b4? well,
before, but
before
no, I
queen
meant queen a6 right now, and before was not possible because of a2. I
Yes,
believe.
yes, and c4 would be hanging. No.
Yes,
well,
so-
as I said, white could have tried.
I don't
What-
like this c5 too. Somehow I don't know. Black is just really putting everything on the black squares, and what's the point? Maybe she thinks that she would just hold this position. You know that there is no way for white to.
Yes, maybe it's true.
Maybe it's true, but it gives chances for white. I would say.
a3 now. Well, now it's really a time to play b4, right?
Okay.
So
black took.
takes.
Still queen a6,
Queen
queen c
here and-
6.
Well, not easy. Not easy. Well, it's now it's a time for. Okay, knight b2. What's knight b2?
a5 she was about to play or what?
a5 b5.
But I don't.
yes,
Yes,
not
after
not
b5,
easy.
not so nice. Okay, but black is just playing quickly here and there.
Okay,
and
white is
so they are repeating, I
okay.
believe.
They are repeating. No, Nana went for. Okay, now
but-
she's giving a pawn on
but
e4.
But
Now she's giving a pawn
yes,
on
this
e4.
is
Well,
not-
that's well perhaps the way to play.
okay, it's risky, but on the other hand, she wants to create chances. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, can't we
takes
just
c6,
six?
bishop d6.
bishop d6. Yes.
Bishop d6. Still, I don't believe black is in any
Knight
risk of
taken
losing this
b4.
one. I'll simply capture on f5 or g2 whenever you like. Whenever you like. Okay, but not the bishop, of course. After c7, yeah, c7 and black seems to be lost. Check, king a4. Now black is lost completely.
Yes, she just blundered c7. Absolutely.
Yes, yeah. Well, there was no
True.
point.
It's absolutely true that she blundered c7.
Now king simply runs away. King a4. King
Yes, this
king
is.
b5, and king is coming to c6 to stop this game.
Now this is lost.
So convincing
Now
win
this is
for
lost,
Nana Zagnidze.
and
This one's going to be, and then
which means yes that.
okay, king a6, a little bit strange. Still, she could have played king. Come on, queen b4 check. Yes,
Okay, now
queen
it
b4
is-
check. Now it's done, and well, it makes
makes Nana
the
closer to the
silver-
second
yeah, I think
place.
she's
Probably
already
she
silver medal-
already is. But
medalist.
let's see what is Tatiana Kosintseva doing for.
oh, maybe it's finished. Well, Tatiana Kosintseva won
Won.
her game, so
Mhm.
still a bit of a chance for her to become second, and well, a very good result if she's if she still wants to be third, right? Okay. Meanwhile, what happened else? Zhao Xiu drew her game against Hotenashvili. So, well, so far those three, the pedestal looks like this. There are three winners. It's Anna Muzichuk, which is absolutely clear. Then it's Zagnidze and Tatiana Kosintseva, and there are some chances for other players. Oh, Kostyniuk is playing this one seriously for a win. Okay, this I never understood. What is the point in playing this one? Or something like that. Okay, it's after all.
Yeah, it's always.
It's
you
not.
know,
It's not chess, I have to say. Well,
Okay, this is
especially
yes.
with increment. I mean.
Even I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, this pawn is marching, but well,
Yeah, but
knight
always,
f2 and knight
always,
d1, and
always
this is
a
it.
knight would give itself for the pawn. So
Yes, well, simply no point in playing this one. It's, but well, some players somehow still count it as the part of the game. So this one is finished. So well, looks like all the games are finished. Yes, Albert is adjusting the pieces, and well, that means only one game left. So only one game left before the end of the tournament. There's been quite a marathon. It's been quite a marathon.
yeah, so
here.
we're waiting for the players to get to their places and be seated for the last game of World Blitz Championship.
Yes, some discussion between Kostyniuk and Lagno. Hope they are not analyzing the final position of Kostyniuk with Lagno. Oh, with Kostyniuk with Elizabeth Pett. So, yes, adjustment of the pieces. Players are coming back to take their
So
place.
how do you think, Evgeny, should we actually watch the game of Tatiana Kosintseva now?
Well,
Because this would
we might
probably,
actually. Yeah, that's
this would
right.
probably decide the third
Yeah, it looks like
medalist.
it's going to be deciding for the third place. Yes, so let's see some new faces. So this time we're gonna cover Kosintseva with Guseva.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I just wonder what happened in game of Anna Muzychuk. It was a draw rather quickly. So still she's comfortable. Okay,
Yeah,
she
now
already won
nobody-
the
yeah,
tournament.
she
but
already nobody could
yeah,
catch her
but
before,
yes,
and now
but
well,
still to finish it, not with losses, but with decent result, let's say. So she's rather confident here, and it means, well, maybe sort of a statement. When I want to win, I'm winning. When I need draws, I'm just making my draws. In so another indication of a class, we might call this one.
exactly.
Well, sometimes, to make a draw in Blitz when you need a draw is not easy
It's
at all.
not easy at all. Yes, yes.
Sometimes easier to win the game in Blitz, but not to make a draw. But, well, so far goes fine for Muzychuk. So, as we already said, Muzychuk already has her gold medal.
Well, and of
Then
course, yes.
looks like
congratulations to Anna.
nothing can move Zagnidze from a second spot, and we're gonna look at Tatiana Kosintseva and Marina Guseva. If Tatiana,
If wins her game, that she's third.
even if she makes a draw, I think, because now it's a full point distance between her and Zhao Xiu.
I see.
So even if Tatiana Kosintseva makes a draw, it's gonna mean a bronze medal for her.
Okay, so then we follow this game to
Yes, and Tatiana is
be
white.
sure about the medals at this
Yes,
championship.
well, no surprise, Caro-Kann is played, the main opening of Marina Guseva. And, well, Kosintseva is playing the long theoretical line, bishop d2, right?
But you see that comparing to the first days, she at least tries to play really quicker. Of course, now it's all theory, so she knows.
Okay, queen b6, rook h e1 is the continuation. This is, well, this one at least I have a couple of ideas about this position. So rook h e1, I believe, has to be played. No, okay. Kosintseva went other way, but this is far less promising, I would say. This knight e4, black is perfectly solid. And then Tatiana starts to sink. That's quite usual with
For
her,
her, yes.
actually. Yes, well, once she's out of the opening book, immediately she starts to think. So black's idea is rather healthy in this position. So moving the queen from d5, so from the opposition with white's rook, then playing rook d8, and eventually black is ready to carry c6, c5 break. Well, has to be said, Caro-Kann, when played by the good player, by the experienced player, it's quite a good opening. Especially
It's a very interesting opening,
yeah,
exactly.
especially for this rapids and blitz. I mean, because, well, as we were discussing, it's quite an easy play, Black Cats. I mean,
It's full of possibilities,
yes, that's right.
for
So
black.
you don't really need to invent something. All the plans are known. Okay, bishop e3 now. Knight d5 seems to be interesting. To give a check on c3. So c5, bishop e3, what else? Okay, castle is always possible, but after castle, something like g4 might follow, even straight away. Or knight e5 first, then. So knight knight d5. It's a question what to do after knight d5, because knight c3 is really a threat. Maybe dc5 is possible as well. Yes, knight c3 and king moves. Well, this is interesting.
No,
okay, and black castle.
she didn't go for it. Even though it was a nice possibility, I think.
Yes, but maybe now she's planning to play knight d5. Well, Kosintseva simply
But okay,
takes.
Kosintseva, she knows that I think a draw just secures the medal for her.
Well,
So
that
maybe
might
she
be the
wants
case,
to
yes.
keep it simple in this game.
Knight e5. Still some slight pressure White is going to have. No, this time
But
not
what
going
I
for
don't
the attack.
understand, what about just take on d1?
Yes, and
But
okay, rook takes.
takes.
Nothing
There is no tactics with taking on h5 and f6. Then
no,
probably
no,
not. Huh?
I don't think so. Ah, well, maybe it was possible, by the way.
I mean, I don't know. To take on h5, queen h5, and f6. I don't know. But the rook was on f8, right?
Yeah, rook was on f8.
So maybe.
Well,
it
at
was
least
possible,
f4 would have been possible. F4 and at least
yeah.
White is not losing too much material. Okay, rook c8, but it's not really a threat. So something like g4 can be played. g4 f3, so this I believe would be a nice setup for White. g4 f3 to defend all those pawns. Or start with f4.
No,
okay,
now
g4.
it was a threat actually of taking on. But no.
To take on
On
h5.
h5, yes.
And then.
And then c2 and c1 mate.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
So it was a
Knight
threat
d5.
actually. But g4 comes naturally, of course.
Yeah, g4, knight d5, then what, f3 or maybe knight d3, yes, just to secure a couple of squares. Queen c4, well, I said queen b6, threatening knight c3 once again.
But
Queen
then
c4,
probably
well,
the king just goes somewhere.
Yeah, somehow White is not very much comfortable. Now this knight on d3 covers the rook, so...
Maybe just f3 again.
Yes, okay, natural move, but still, I mean, it's not very comfortable for f3. Let us say black is rolling with queenside pawns, b5,
And also
a5.
And also black has an idea to put the rook there. I mean, the rook c6 and...
Okay,
rook
queen
b6
b4,
something.
now what to do? And, well, the time is running out,
But
which is
king
also...
a1 is
which is also unpleasant.
King a1 can be
King
just
a1,
played.
but what an ugly move that is, to be honest. I mean, any endgame you will have to start with your king being in a corner. So, no,
Knight
well,
d3.
yes, it seems like Kosintseva is not really sure what she's doing. Okay, king b1, b5, for example, and it's rather
and it becomes
unpleasant.
really unpleasant. c3 she played. Well,
Still b5 intending b4. Yes. Knight c1 once again. Now even an endgame is rather unpleasant. I mean, after b4, for instance. Now, okay, now Kosintseva starts to jump with this knight when it's not a lot of time left, and
g5
she
and
gives
h6.
away all the
Well,
pawns.
this is not clear now at all. I mean, okay, but
she just gave away the pawns.
what is this? I mean, black can really defend all this with, I don't know, knight on f4 would defend pretty much everything.
Yeah, well, b4 is a nice move. Knight f4.
Can it be this that the pressure of making a draw, as you said, it's really not easy?
Yes,
in
that's
Blitz.
right. That's right. Yeah,
So
now
this
it looks
pressure
absolutely hopeless for Kosintseva, so she has to hope Zhao Xu will not win her game. I believe that's the only chance.
Queen e5, but
Okay, rook d8.
it seemed for a moment that even
Sapin.
rook c4 was possible.
Rook c4 was possible. No, that's
Enough
right.
to take
But
another
okay,
pawn.
rook d8 might be even stronger. No, not at all. Okay, c5. She missed c5 simply. She surely missed
Yeah,
c5.
she should have taken this pawn, and then the point is that even if she would give the rook for a knight at some point, still she would be...
Yeah, but look, now,
a lot
now
of
it's absolutely
pawns.
unclear. So c5 and this pawn is running. c5, c6.
Exactly, so
so
now what
it's
to
now
do?
it's complicated pretty much. So what? Well, now it's not easy. First of all, it's not a lot of moves for
Queen
black.
A7 or what? I mean,
Okay, Queen B8 maybe.
Queen
Queen
B8 maybe. Yes.
But then Queen
But
F6.
then even the
Queen F6 attacking H6.
yes.
In Blitz, it's gonna make you quite nervous. I mean, when
But
something
Queen
is
F6 on every move actually.
yes, and
I believe Queen
something-
F6 can be played
yes.
on every move.
something is happening around your king. It's very unpleasant in Blitz. Surely.
Okay, but what to do now for Gusiva?
Don't know. She
Knight
already seemed.
G6 maybe?
Well,
No.
she already seemed to spend like 1 minute here. Well, the rook is attacked, and so is the pawn on H6. And C past pawn is very dangerous, actually. No. I mean, black totally misplayed this one with rook D8.
But wait, but okay, the D4
The
is
rook is-
protected. For a moment I
so
thought
well,
rook
rook
D4.
D4
And Queen F1. But okay,
you know, perhaps it still was the best chance. I mean, to take on D4 and because
I don't
now
know.
it really seems dangerous.
C6.
C6, yes.
But she has so little time, Kosintseva. I mean, it's
rook D5.
she could take actually D4 now and take the C6 pawn.
Yes,
I believe.
yes. Rook H1, and still she has to do this. Knight G6. Okay. Rook H6. Now at least Rook G6 gonna be possible.
Yes, with a draw.
Queen C6 and
this
now
is
Rook
now
G6, and then takes on G6 and then takes the Queen, and Queen B1 is coming.
Exactly.
Yes, and then Queen B1
Yes,
is coming, and
and
Gusiva resigned.
Resigned, which means that
So congratulations for Tatiana Kosintseva. She's
will
a
be the
bronze
medalist.
here.
Yes, exactly. Well, but what a game, yeah, really.
Yeah, that was so
Another
close,
thriller somehow.
Yes.
Well,
yes,
so
indeed.
I think we have more or less the pedestal for this tournament. I hope
I
we are
don't
not
know.
mistaken, as we were with the Rapid for a moment. We were mistaken when we didn't notice Olga Gira climbing up and capturing the 3rd place. But here,
Yes. Okay. I don't
Nana,
know
how she played.
how Zagnidze played. So
Okay.
no.
So
Okay,
you see, of
already
course, Anna Muzichuk is
congratulations
happy.
for Nana
Still
for
some
Anna
games
Muzichuk, I
are in
believe.
progress, but don't think
Yeah,
that
Harika with Gunina. Oh, just to see what is happening there. Somehow I cannot even find the results of the other games. Well, so we're gonna see a final cross table. Anyway, the pedestal looks decided. Just, I don't know, if Zagnidze lost her game in the last round and Kosintseva... Okay, we already know Kosintseva won. If Zagnidze lost, so it's going to be a tie, actually. It's going to be a tie for second place, of which I'm actually not sure. Well, this looks rather drawish in Gunina with Tranavali.
Okay, actually Nana Zagnidze made a draw.
Well, so it's
So
absolutely
it's absolutely
the
clear now,
pedestal.
yes. So Nana Zagnidze made a draw. It means that she is second and Tatiana Kosintseva is third.
Yes, that's
everyone,
right.
there is no tie. Yeah.
Yes, so it's clear first for Muzichuk, then second goes to Nana Zagnidze, and the third place is taken by Tatiana Kosintseva. Actually, I think she made quite a lot of points today. She was somewhere in the middle of a table.
Okay,
Before
not
this day.
right in the middle, but still, yes, quite far from the
Okay,
first 3
let me
places.
check.
So
Let
yeah.
me check. Starting from double round 11, Kosintseva won against Lagno 1.5. Then round 12. What has happened in round 12? 1.5 against Gunina. Round 13. 1-1 with Dronavali. Well, quite a really lot of points she scored. No, pretty much
Yeah,
sure.
that's true.
And finish it with a couple of times 2-0.
Exactly. Some games are still in progress,
So
actually.
still in progress. It's what? It's rook endgame. Rook
You
endgame,
see
I
how
believe.
nervous
Rook is somewhere. Black rook is somewhere. And
How nervous are the... Black rook is probably protecting g5.
yes. Okay, now white is winning g5 pawn, but it's still not enough.
But otherwise, at least she should have taken the pawn. I mean,
Yes.
What else
Well,
to-
I don't know why they are so nervous. I mean, normally, of course. Well, And now what? Rook
what
has been
happened?
blundered to a rook, and well, black had like 30 seconds.
But
So
yes,
just-
why they were
and then-
playing so nervously and so quick?
Yeah,
This
it
is
looked like-
really a question.
And well, and that was the last game to finish in this
So
Women's World Blitz Championships.
is are finished, and we were happy to work for you.
So
I'm sure that there would be still some press conference, and soon there will be a closing ceremony. Well,
thank you everyone to listen to us. It was a pleasure, and well, come back one day for another live coverages.
yeah, bye bye.
Дорогие друзья, мы рады приветствовать вас в пресс-центре Ханты-Мансийске. Последний день закончился чемпионата по блицу, по быстрым шахматам. И мы рады здесь поздравлять Анну Музычук, победительницу чемпионата мира по блицу.
Dear friends, we welcome you to press center of We welcome you to the center of Chess Academy in Khanty-Mansiysk. You see that we have a really nice atmosphere here, and we are glad to congratulate Anna Muzychuk with getting a title of World Women Blitz Champion. The championship just finished with the third playing day.
Анна, насколько важна для тебя эта победа? Насколько важно для тебя стать чемпионкой мира по блицу?
Anna, how important is this victory for you, and how important it is for you to become Women World Blitz Champion?
Ну, я очень этого хотела, и действительно очень довольна, что удалось победить.
I wanted it very much, and I'm really very happy that I managed to win.
Ну, последний раз мы с тобой общались здесь 2 дня назад. В тот момент ты лидировала в турнире. Но за это время произошло очень много разных событий. Расскажи, пожалуйста, о последних 2 игровых днях, что удалось, что нет. Ну, результат мы знаем, да, но как ты к нему пришла?
The last time we spoke with you here 2 days ago, when after the first playing day you were in the lead of the championship, but since then there were plenty of different things happening. So please tell us about the last 2 days of the championship, and of course we know the result, but how did you go for it?
Первый день прошел хорошо, как мы все помним. То есть я лидировала с довольно таким большим отрывом. Вот. Потом во второй, все-таки вчера был самый сложный день, и удалось набрать наименьшее количество очков из этих 3 дней. Но вчера были и самые сильные соперницы, если вот сравнивать.
As we all remember, the first day went really well for me, but of course yesterday it was the most difficult day because it was a day with the least amount of points for me if we compare with the other 2. But on the other hand, to be objective, the opponents were also the strongest.
Ну, то есть я все равно как бы надеялась показать лучший результат и была довольно-таки сильно расстроена вчерашним днем, но сегодня все компенсировалось. Хорошо, что все закончилось хорошо.
Still, I hoped to show a better result, and I was quite disappointed by yesterday. But it's good that today everything compensated, and well, what ends well is well.
Ну, я думаю, ты имеешь в виду, на самом деле, вот эту первую партию даже вчерашнего игрового дня, этот зевок, и как тебе удалось восстановиться после такого, как бы, ну, стресса?
Probably you mean the blunder in the first game of yesterday, and how did you manage to recover after such a stress?
Да, это был ужас. Ну, просто действительно я всю партию хорошо вела, и от начала у меня было лучше, потом уже выиграно, и потом зевнуть мат, это, конечно же, было что-то.
Yes, it was horrible because the whole game I was doing well. First I had a better position, then it was just winning, and then I just blundered, made in one move, so of course it was really something.
Ну, хорошо, что это меня как бы не расстроило, наоборот, разозлило. Я пришла очень такая агрессивно настроена на вторую партию, и вторую логично также от начала до конца все-таки выиграла.
But it's good that this didn't disappoint me, but rather made me angry. And I went with a really good fighting spirit for the second game and conducted it really well from the beginning and won it.
Ну, для зрителей я хотела бы пояснить, что речь шла о матче с Антуанеттой Стефановой. И на самом деле вот второй день закончился тем, что ты делила лидерство с Нанной Дзагнидзе. Насколько, ну, с каким вот настроением шла ты сегодня, и как бы расстроило тебя то, что кто-то догнал тебя, и достаточно есть серьезные основания опасаться за первое место?
Well, for the viewers, we would remind that it was we talked about the first mini match with Antonetta Stefanova, the first mini match of the second playing day. Well, after the second playing day, you were sharing the first place with Nana Dzagnidze. So, how did you? With what mood did you go for playing today? Because were you disappointed actually that you now share the first place, and perhaps it would be not that easy anymore to get it?
Как я уже сказала, то есть вторым днем я была недовольна, но сегодня пришла играть еще один день, еще 10 партий, и настраивалась на победу.
As I said, I was still satisfied and happy with the second day, and today I came to play another 10 games, so of course I was in the spirit for fight and for a win.
Анна, уже столько лет как бы мы знакомы, и я знаю, насколько вот постоянно ты вот в полшага все время находишься от побед в турнирах. Постоянно второе место или дележ первого-второго. Ну, то есть вот такого чистого первого места в таких крупных соревнованиях, мне кажется, не было. То есть насколько за все эти годы ты вот как бы собиралась с мыслями, старалась не разочароваться и старалась бороться за первое место? Насколько важно было для тебя все-таки схватить это первое место?
We know each other for quite many years, and I've seen you so many times being just half a step from the first place. Shared first or second places were coming quite often for you, but never the sole first place. So how important it was for you to finally grab this victory?
Да, Настя, ты права. То есть, да, иногда выигрывала все же, но как бы я такого стиля игрок, что я вот постоянно, ну не постоянно, но очень часто вот в призерах, второе, третье, но выигрывать не так часто удалось, вот, наконец-то компенсировалось.
Yes, Nastya, you're right. Of course, I still won some tournaments, but I'm such a player that from my style, I'm quite often in the medals, but maybe second or third places. So I'm happy that finally it compensated and I managed to win the tournament.
Кто поддерживал тебя в этом турнире и как ты собираешься праздновать победу?
Who supported you during this event and how are you going to celebrate your victory?
Ну, во-первых, моя сестра, она была здесь. Потом родители, конечно. Кстати, могу даже посвятить эту победу своему папе, потому что у него завтра день рождения. Вот. Ну и также были друзья, вот, даже Женя, комментатор, Женя Мирошниченко. Вот. Ну, то есть было много людей, которые писали, действительно, вот, и судьи некоторые тоже болели за меня. То есть было приятно, что многие поддерживали.
Well, first of all, my sister, she was here, and then, of course, my parents. I can even dedicate this victory to my father because he has his birthday tomorrow. But there were many other people who supported me. Commentator Evgeny Mishnichenko showed some support, and even the arbiters, and a lot of people were also writing me words of support. So I'm very happy that I got so much support from everyone.
Я так понимаю, ты как раз на день рождения попадаешь к своему папе, чтобы отпраздновать заодно и победу.
So as far as I understand, you go back to your father's birthday and exactly to celebrate your victory too.
Ну, если завтра будет лётная погода.
Of course, if tomorrow it will be a flying weather.
Мы тоже на это все надеемся. Есть ли вопросы?
Да,
Are there any questions?
Анна, ну, естественно, мы тоже поздравляем вас с большой победой. Вот. Ну, у меня, естественно, вопрос такой. Дело в том, что вот, когда здесь выигрывала чемпионат мира вот только по классическим шахматам Анна Ушенина, с Украины прилетела целая делегация во главе с Топкиным, такой губернатор, сейчас кандидат в президенты. Ее тут, не знаю, и прямо с самолетом довезли в Харьков и оттуда прямо к президенту и наградили орденом Святой Ольги. Я вот сейчас объясню. Потом в прошлом году также Блитц выиграл вьетнамец, сейчас даже фамилию не помню, но его дело тоже так же встретили как национального героя у себя во Вьетнаме, потому что это была первая победа. Я, кстати, не помню, что в Словении выигрывали, кто-то из словенцев выигрывал чемпионат мира по шахматам. Вообще, в принципе, это невозможно. Это вы первый, я так понял. Вот, естественно, напрашивается сам вопрос. Вас поздравили уже руководство власти Словении с такой победой? Вернее, ну, они уже знают, что вы хорошо идете. И, естественно, ждут ли вас там? И как это отреагирует, ну, планируется?
Well, I have such a question. When Anna Ushenina became Women World Champion here in 2012, then the big delegation came from Ukraine to congratulate her, and they brought her back to Kharkiv with a special jet, and immediately brought her to the president of the country to congratulate. And when Le Quang Kliem, the Vietnamese player, won the Blitz championship here last year, then again he became like a national hero. So I believe that it is the first time for Slovenia to get a champion in chess. So do the authorities of Slovenia already congratulate you with this result?
Это, наверное, да, впервые, что в Словении кто-то выиграл чемпионат мира. Но поздравления я пока не знаю, потому что мы закончили только несколько минут назад, поэтому, ну, допустим, когда я поделила первое и третье место на чемпионате Европы, меня поздравил премьер-министр. Но по поводу встречи все-таки нет, потому что я улетаю в Украину.
Well, yes, this is really the first time when Slovenia gets a world champion. But I don't know yet about the congratulations, since we just finished the last games a few minutes ago. For example, when I shared for first at the European Championship, the Prime Minister of Slovenia congratulated me. But well, as for making some celebration on my coming back, it's probably not that easy because I'm going back to Ukraine.
Анна, на чемпионате Европы вы выступали не в составе сборной Словении. Вообще вопрос к чему? Возможен ли такой вариант, что в ближайшем будущем мы вас увидим в составе сборной Украины?
Is there a possibility that in the near future you would come back to your native team and become a member of Ukrainian national team?
Последнюю, да, как вы заметили, чемпионат Европы я не играла, но это было связано с разными причинами, и вся команда, и мужская, и женская, поехали в таком, скажем, втором составе. Вот. А по поводу, ну, поживем, увидим, узнаете.
Well, the last European Championship I was not playing for Slovenia because it was for some other reasons, not because of me going to change the team. It's just our women and men's teams somehow played with the second lineup. And as for the future, well, we will live and see what to say.
Есть ли еще вопросы?
Да, еще один вопрос. Ну, вы так давно находитесь уже здесь, в Ханты-Мансийске, вы третий турнир. И вот вопрос сразу. Вы планируете сейчас отдыхать приедете, или у вас какое-то следующее соревнование?
Well, you're for such a long time now in Khanty-Mansiysk. It's already your third tournament. So now at your return, are you planning to have some rest or have immediately some other competition?
Нет, соревнований у меня не будет. Возможно, следующее соревнование — это Гран-при. Следующий этап Гран-при в июне.
No competitions yet for me. Probably the next tournament I would play would be a next stage of Grand Prix in June.
Анна, мы поздравляем тебя еще раз с победой. Желаем тебе хорошо отдохнуть, хорошо отпраздновать эту победу. И спасибо огромное, что приходила к нам в пресс-центр все эти дни и делилась с нами своими эмоциями и комментариями.
Once again, we congratulate you with this success, and we want to thank you for coming to our press center and sharing your emotions and some comments with us. Thanks a lot.
Спасибо вам и спасибо всем болельщикам, которые болели за меня.
Спасибо.
Thank you, and thank to all the spectators that rooted for me.